Hi. Okay, there. Now it's working. Okay, sorry. Hey, we're back and we can see everyone
Hi.
and hear
You didn't
everyone.
miss much.
Yay!
Yay.
Hello.
Knock on wood.
Some of us are looking a little more tired than normal because we forgot that we're gonna have video.
Or because we were up late at a pajama party with the Charlotte Geeks.
Oh, you just gave
That
your
sounds
location
fun.
away. Great.
I'm okay with that.
That's Charlotte, Minnesota.
No.
But yeah, personally, time change always messes with me.
Oh, that's right. There was a time change last night. Mike,
Okay.
the system is still having a few little tweaks, but we should be broadcasting. We shouldn't have too many interruptions or anything like that. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Glover. So let's get the normal stuff out of the way. Background music, as always, is provided by Sirenscape. Thank you very much for their use. Oh, wow, we got 5 people in chat already. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the bonus roll. We have just reached level 5 as of last game, and I'm going to give an inspiration point to one of the players who manages to give the best summation of everything that has happened up to this point.
Ooh.
From
start to finish? I was like,
Well, it's a new chapter.
we haven't died yet.
I mean, that's a pretty good summary right there.
right.
We've made some interesting.
Despite our best efforts, we haven't died yet.
Nice. I like it.
Alright. So,
Are you going to take a shot at it, Griggum?
it was a dark and stormy night. No, I'm kidding.
It probably was for one of them, at least.
I'll take a shot at it if y'all want.
It's actually been some pretty nice weather lately.
Yeah? Yes, it has been. He's like,
I mean, who can tell in the
that said, he's like, if Zizifa wants to do it, and it's like, she can. He's like, because otherwise it's going to be a detective noir thing from Grigo. It's like, and being slightly drunk.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of a noir flavor.
Or being a little drunk. I really miss alcohol, guys. I have a personal rule, for those of you that don't know, that during the school semester, I do not drink alcohol. Because powerful stimulants don't work well with alcohol. Ooh, the hat. I like the hat tux.
Yeah, I've just given up on the hair.
I'm
sorry,
just
guys.
worried if you should put that tribble away before it starts reading.
It needs food. And yes, I'm a Trekkie.
It's too distracting. I'll put it away.
The overlap of Trekkie and D&D player is nearly a perfect circle. That was a Venn diagram joke.
Also a good band.
Perfect circle?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Equilibrium, you are free to join in. I completely threw myself off track. I was just trying to buy myself a little time while I got my papers together. Background music, Sirenscape. Welcome to the bonus roll. We're playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons set in Ravnica. Our players have just now reached level 5 and are going to introduce themselves to all our new viewers.
Hi, I'm the mage, and I play Grigum.
Hi, I'm Tux, and I play Faradir, the Simic Ranger.
Hey, I'm Merle. I play Rael Corvino, cleric, knowledge seeker, and definitely not a spy. I'm absolutely not a spy.
Oh, you're giving it away.
I'm Sisypha. I play Ingrid, the Golgari shaman.
Okay.
So yeah. Also, as a note, Faradir, definitely not a spy.
So, the past several...
But we don't know about Reaver K yet.
Damn it.
He imperiously making notes.
So
Hey,
here's my
Cooper.
question: if Equilibrium wins the inspiration point, do we have to bring him on as a guest star so he can use it?
If he wants, we can work on that, but
Let's not volunteer people
I was more
in the
thinking he can
public.
award it to someone if he wanted during the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love Equilibrium, but let's not volunteer him for public speaking. That's
That can cause
Aw.
issues
not
for
really a cool thing, yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry.
the past month I have been rushing to catch up on schoolwork, and that's why we haven't had any instances of GM's brew, because one, I've been spending almost all my time either packing or trying to catch up on schoolwork. But I am finally to the point where I only have one paper due next week as opposed to 4. So
Hooray.
I am hoping that we will have an episode of GM's Brew this Thursday at around 1-ish Central Time, maybe 2-ish. I will have it put out on our Twitter feed when I get the actual schedule figured out and figure out what I'm going to be doing. DeMage is going to be joining me on a future episode of James Brew now that we're picking it up again, hopefully, to talk about his
Yay.
homebrew setting. And hopefully we'll have a nice little discussion about homebrewing settings and doing world building and stuff like that for then. We are still not doing the dice giveaways because I don't have the dice with me right now, and I am not in a position where I can mail anything out like that. Yay!
We'll just have to make up for it later. Like any past dice have like an ad and do multiple dice.
I will rub
Like a
them
wrap.
against my face.
No, they're staying in the package. Don't do that.
I don't know.
Just
I mean,
no.
I doubled nat 20'd against someone recently.
As a note, the bonus roll cannot guarantee that any dice has not been rubbed against somebody's face at some point during the process.
Don't say that.
Only that it's not ours.
Just
Face
check crack
if you're
skill.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Okay, so I think I've bought enough time. Before I do my summation and I'll give y'all the entry point. Is there anything anyone? That's all, folks. Nope. Is there anything anyone wants to plug, rep, or mention?
I'd just like to give a shout out to the Red Lion Inn in Cromwell for being the worst hotel I've ever seen. But Furpock for being a wonderful con at that hotel, which is actually where I played from last.
That was the last one they're doing, right?
Not the last one, not the last Furpock period. The last one at that hotel,
Yeah.
definitely. That hotel was just not. We are moving to
That's a
Stamford, Connecticut.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
On the plus side, the new location is 20 minutes from my house. So that's
Cool.
And we're just all giving away our locations today, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because let me just go down to New York City. That's. I'm sure I'll just knock right on your door.
You
No,
will
to
get
be fair,
shot
I
at
have
with
Not,
that.
not a
I
populous
have
area.
actually had that happen kind of in real life, so
Yeah.
it can happen.
And please do not correct anybody if it is not New York City.
Okay, so
Let that one slide, if that's the case.
after a confusing series of events that started off with the 4 of you and a dog and a tiny dragon waking up in a dungeon with no memory of how y'all got there, to harrowing battles and being yelled at by a very angry elf with what looks to be a rifle. Y'all have gone on a series of adventures. Y'all have met people. Y'all have seen strange sights in Ravnica. Y'all have brute forced your way through a series of traps in a substation in order to check for water weirds with seemingly no results, y'all have traveled to the small Undercity, Undercity city of, wow, that sounds weird to say out loud. Someone say Undercity city.
Village?
Undercity City.
Village?
Undercity City.
Technically, it's a village, yes. The small Undercity village of Farkeep. Y'all met the Farkeeper. Y'all transversed into a nearby abandoned facility known as Museum Foundry. Zizva, what's the number?
I actually don't have it up this time because we weren't going to still be there.
Or so you think.
182, 114.
I don't know why I do this to myself. Oh wait, I know why I do this to myself.
Nothing is that you said she was making it up on the spot. None of us would be able to
The wiki will tell the truth of it later. I haven't added the founder to the wiki yet.
Yeah, I need to send you that information.
So it has to be correct just because of the mere fact that she's the one that controls truth at this point.
Hey. I have a hand in it too. Within the foundry, y'all met Ninot, the King of Gold, and learned a good deal of information.
Our new
I didn't catch all that?
our new client.
He hasn't paid y'all to do anything, though y'all did give him a business card. Y'all also gave one to the arcane intelligence that manages the facility, which may or may not be insane. Honestly avoided a lot of fights on that thing. I'm both happy.
Diplomacy.
I'm both happy and disappointed.
Can't get paid if we're.
True. Let's see here now. Throughout all these adventures, we have had people having visions, lost memories, drunken blackouts, and regressing in age to 12 years old.
That would be me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So our dinner party is going to be really fun.
I just lost one?
Yeah, you lost 1 year.
1 year. I'm also 4 inches taller, so I'm a really kind of tall 12-year-old
You're
now.
very lanky, is how I'm imagining this.
Now, is she mentally 12 or just physically?
She is still Ingrid, and
Okay.
I have good news for all of you. You all get an inspiration point.
Yay.
Hey.
Going forward,
I don't know where to work.
It'll say inspiration and have a box.
Except
Yes,
Failure, because he never used his, so he still has one.
Inspiration only lasts like one session.
Oh,
Have you been holding on to that inspiration point I gave you all this time?
maybe.
Okay.
Hey, I never tried to cash it, so I was still within the rules.
We may want to look at that rule again.
I mean, we mentioned it like a couple episodes after he got it, and you didn't say it was gone.
I'll check that. I'm questioning myself now.
Like I said, it was never used, so no harm.
This
no
is what
foul.
y'all make me do. You make me question myself.
Good. We're doing our job then.
Probably not. It's probably not a Savage World thing where it's like you don't get any but it doesn't last between sessions.
Okay, so I think that's a fairly good summation of where we are up to this point. Those of you viewing us on Twitch, if it's working properly, you should be able to take a look at everyone's character sheet. That's right, I got Twitch thing working.
Hooray.
Or at least partially working, so they can see your race, your class, and stuff like that. And think what magic items you have as well. I will check it out later. To all of our new viewers, hello. To all of our old viewers, welcome back. Please like, follow us, subscribe. Basically anything you can to tell Twitch or YouTube, hey, these people don't suck. And I think...
You said... we were doing a bit of equipment check earlier. I think someone said that I had a wand of detect magic.
Yes, Cathal sent y'all a
I believe you should.
Cathal made y'all a wand of detect magic and sent it to y'all.
Okay.
Aww.
Whoa.
Why do you
Aw.
think it had a customized the Second Sight Agency logo and literally the activation phrase is Second Sight?
Aw.
It's in the pommel and everything.
Yeah.
Branding.
Okay, so adding one wand of magic detection. Like,
Oh, thank you for testing things. Cooper has confirmed that the D&D Beyond Twitch overlay is working, and they can even click to view your full character sheets.
Thank you, Cooper. We
Awesome.
appreciate it.
but remember, look, don't touch.
No one should be able to edit except for me and you.
If you are able to touch, please tell us
And
immediately.
D&D Beyond and file the bug report.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something is very wrong.
Something is always very wrong.
Are you muted?
Me? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Testing. I hear you.
I hear me.
Test complete.
I can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay.
Awesome. So, I believe we left off with y'all having left the Mizium Foundry, as I remember correctly. Y'all have not yet returned to Farkeep.
No, because we were told to keep our heads down still. It was like, or at least,
Well, they told you don't go back to the 4th Precinct.
right.
Yeah, I think we were planning on heading back to Farkeep, at least to check in and see if we could arrange time on our dinner party.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
yeah.
still have our dinner party to sort out.
Rail might get mysteriously sick and decide not to go, though. I'm not sure.
That's up to him.
I don't know. I can't see why I wouldn't go.
I mean, he's the fanciest motherfucker here.
And
Okay.
nice
I'm
of you to
sorry.
acknowledge that.
I should watch my French. I'm sorry.
Mm. Nah, it's fine. I mean, it's early enough in the morning that there's probably no one awake.
Yeah, we don't really have any advertising to lose at this point, so.
So,
Perhaps
Don't
so.
have any advertising
this
to
is
lose.
water.
Totally not a spot.
Okay, so
Just pointing that out there.
the ride back to Farkeep with the help of the Dromids and I'm assuming Grigum riding K is fairly uneventful. Y'all are going fast enough that nothing is likely to be able to ambush y'all, especially with such a short distance. You do see that little cluster of rust monsters that have been there's about 4 or 5 of them. There's 2 large ones and 2 smaller ones that are just kind of like waving antenna at y'all, at anything metal nearby, and some of the rust that they're generating.
They're adorable, but
Just
let's
do a
not get
passive,
too
like,
close to
nature
them.
check on them or something.
Sure. What are you trying to find out?
Just general things. I don't know, just so that I just feel like in character, I'm gonna be like, that's a creature.
Roll your
Let me think
bones.
what I can... Okay. It's gonna be what the hell is that? Oh. Now my French is coming out. Yeah, that's gonna be a 9.
They're big bugs.
Moving on.
Y'all arrive at the gates of Farkeep.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No. Let's see here. I believe it is still. Yeah, y'all didn't take a long rest, so it's still the 10th of Mokesh. Y'all arrive at Farkeep fairly quickly. It's getting late to mid-afternoon at this point. Y'all set off fairly early in the morning, as I remember, and even with the time dilation in the Knott's vault, y'all weren't gone too long. The gates are open, guards wave you through, that y'all have come in and out enough to recognize you, and y'all are free to act as y'all wish.
So I assume since we haven't heard any good news from the surface, we're probably at least staying the night here.
Yeah.
I need something to eat and a drink. I'll be right back.
I
Yeah.
guess I'll go see if I can book us the dinner party. I don't know if it'll
I'll
be
check
tonight
on
or
our
not,
lead.
but
Probably want to do that. Sorry, what time of day is it?
I mean, y'all are underground, so it's a
Yeah,
little difficult
that's
to
the
tell.
question.
But from the work cycle and how the other various timekeeping methods under there, you get the impression that it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, I think we should probably call it a day.
At 4?
I don't know about that.
it was a hard day.
Yeah.
But I mean, why don't I go see about the dinner, and I'll come back and tell y'all what they say, and we can plan on dinner at the inn, and then we can rethink it.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I'm going to, at the very least, take, I'm assuming just, hanging out in the bar could constitute a short rest.
Yeah, Reeve has made for the dancer's skirt, the second y'all hit town.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm, if not going to sleep, at least definitely, very much chilling.
Okay. So let's see here now. Okay, who is going to visit the Far Keepers? Just Ingrid?
Oh, okay, I'll go with her.
Y'all can go as a
Sorry?
group. Oh, I was just seeing who's going to go to the Far Keepers.
Look, I'm just going to say I'm sorry. Grigum has things to do. It's he's got a character to keep up with. He's going to
That's
stay
fine.
in character.
That's fine.
Guest star.
Oh, hey, little miss.
Oh,
She was meowing for me.
Oh, I miss the
I'm really
boys.
familiar with.
Everyone, this is Little Miss, also known as Spitfire, also known as Tiny Bitey Cat.
Oh,
Really?
They're
Because
tiny
that's not
bitey.
very specific for your menagerie of animals.
Well, the
looks
tiny
like a
one.
sweet.
Instead of the floofy one, are the
Chunky.
frumpy one. Yeah.
You gotta be careful calling a cat frumpy now, thank you, Caleb.
What?
That was a Critical Role reference for those of you who don't watch Critical Role.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm going to the Far Keepers, and
Still
were you
catching
coming,
up.
Fair Deer?
Yeah.
Okay, so Fair Deer is
suppose
accompanying
Rails
me.
can come along as well.
Okay.
I
So,
better keep an eye on Reeve. It's
Oh, good plan. Good plan.
okay.
I suppose
I
if you
don't
don't
trust
mind.
him. But where he goes, there might be drinks, so I'm going to go.
So, I have a quick question. Which one of you is carrying the little ring that Leslie gave y'all? Leslie? Leslie.
Leslie?
Leslie.
Let's.
Thank
yes.
you. It's been a couple weeks since I've had to say her name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
may have
Leslie.
totally forgotten about that.
Yeah, I have that.
Good for remembering.
Okay. Alright.
In a sack, and I have not touched it because Ingrid's kind of paranoid about it.
We use detect magic on that, right?
Yeah, y'all checked it for magic. It's just a simple wooden ring.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. So I'm following Ingrid because a tall 12-year-old should probably not be going around alone.
Oh, so that's why you volunteered.
Well, I mean, safety in numbers. Genuinely not wanting party members to come to harm.
Okay, so Grigum and Reeve hit up the dancer's skirt. Reeve basically just goes to the bar, gets his bottle refilled, and goes to hang out with... did y'all ever get the musician's name? I don't think y'all did.
I do not believe.
I don't think so.
Not among my notes.
Maybe, but if so, I've forgotten.
Okay.
Out of-
So he goes to hang out with the musician, just trading stories and stuff like that with her. The rest of you continue to I'm assuming Griggum hits the bar and chats up drinks. Okay. Do me a favor and make a quick constitution roll.
You have to make myself a con roll.
Actually, saving throw. Yeah, con saving throw.
Double check. All right. Here we go. It's a 10.
That will come up later. Alright. So, the rest of you continue on to the Farkeep Manor. Y'all have been here a few times now. The dark wood of the manor being very distinct in a town that's mostly scraps and metal and things that have been cobbled together. The usual guards are standing outside. They turn to look at you as you approach. As y'all are walking up to the front gate, none seem to get in your way. The door opens and that very elongated elf with the bandage wrappings up his arm and around his neck opens the door. He looks at you with a slow blink and says, "Yes."
Hello, Jordal. Can we try to schedule for our future dinner?
3.
All 4 of us. One's back, setting up at the inn. It doesn't have to be tonight.
2 days.
Okay.
I'm sorry, hold up. One of the dogs is scratching at my door. I want to figure out what that is about.
No worries.
Okay, thanks. I'll see you then.
He kind of nods and closes the door. One of the zombie guards kind of shuffles a little closer towards y'all. I'm assuming that's the Golgari emblem.
Multi-pass.
We all have our
Ingrid, I'm not going to
multi-passes.
have to turn and die.
No, don't do
Are
that.
you even there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's with
following.
us.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
He
all
was
3 of
coming.
y'all.
Okay, well, I guess we can head back. We've got our dinner parties in 2 days, so we can decide if we have any more business or, I'd really like to go check on Cha, because, she was 12 when I met her. That would be so fun.
Yay, we regressed you age 5 years. Hey, you remember when I looked like this?
Well, she didn't get to see me at 12. It wasn't fair play.
Fair.
I was 14.
And how old is she?
Cha, she is 15,
15?
16. She's almost 16
15.
at this point.
Okay.
Oh,
She's
Choso's older, but Cha is younger than me.
yeah. Well, no, you're younger than everyone. But
Magical effects. That's all.
Cha is 15. She'll be 16 in 4 weeks from my notes.
I mean, or I guess if we didn't want to see Cha, I could, go get this magical age thing taken care of over in Roma.
I mean, is it a big deal?
I don't know.
personally fine with mine. Yours is a
You're the same age as your sister now.
long as I'm still old.
You're not.
She doesn't know that.
But I mean, I'm
Right,
pretty
she
sure.
does.
I'm pretty sure Valora could take care of mine if we went to Roma. So that's an option too. And then y'all could, go see one of the cities. I mean, that's my 2 cents for where we could go. Anywhere y'all are thinking of, if y'all want to stay here for 2 days, or you have anywhere in mind?
I mean, if we have some downtime, honestly, I would like to check in with our lab.
Yeah,
It
I-
In
seems
the
like that.
forest
Yeah,
with the
that's what I'm
gruel
saying.
attack?
This is that I don't know if that's a safe venture or not.
You have not heard anything from Cathal or Asham.
I kind of want to see if we
concerned
can
about the
get
state of our
some.
lab.
Yeah, I kind of want to see if we can get any news on what's going on with the 4th District.
Could go to a different district and get some newspapers,
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wanting to do.
You
like
don't get
Shaw's district.
you don't get a lot of overcity news in the Undercity, unless you're at one of the points that are very close to the surface or one of the trade towns. Farkeep does not get a lot. They just recently found out that like there is a living guild pack, and that happened like a year and a half ago.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm curious, how it would take us some significant time to get back to where the lab is. But if I intended to...
3 hours.
Right. So Augury has a time limit of half an hour.
30 minutes in the
Would
future,
like-
yes.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to cast Augury and go like, if I leave to go check out the lab, like that's too far in the future, even though I'm leaving now.
Yeah, that's a specialized version of the spell. The version of the spell you know is more in the moment decision making. You're thinking more of like a tarot deck, should I do this reading?
Right. Okay.
Which, I
So-
mean, you could probably throw a spell together to figure it out and design it if you wanted, based on the augury.
Yeah, so basically to clarify, my ultimate desire is to figure out what's going on in the 4th District. What I
Yeah.
think the immediate action is to try to find sort of the closest big city where we can get information on what's going on in the 4th District, because I'm assuming that whatever's going on is big enough that we could find it out from the equivalent of a newspaper or something like that.
Well, we're under District 1, so District 1 would be it would have the nearest areas. It's not like the nearest city, since it's all a city. If we get up to District 1,
Precinct.
Well,
They
you know
would
what I
have
mean,
newspapers.
the biggest metropolis area.
yeah. So we could take the mounts and just go upward. That's an option.
Okay.
I think we would want to
Was
decide if we want to get a night's sleep first or not, though.
Are the Droman's going to attract any odd attention if we go
On the
out of the
surface,
Undercity with them?
they,
A little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
You've never seen a dromid before.
But I mean, it's
Right.
just a mount on the street. It's not like a monster attack. They're saddled. They're being ridden. We could take them up to a newspaper stand and get a newspaper.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just call it
Alright.
advertising.
And I mean, if we got some livery or something for them later, so you know they were more dressed up, that might help with the appearance.
The second side agency on it, so they go, ooh, what's that?
Yeah, advertising.
And the precinct that y'all have absolutely no interaction with so far, yeah.
Yeah. So I've never been to Precinct 1. Have any of y'all? We're walking back while we talk about this. So
I'm
that
assuming
we can
y'all are
catch
making your
Virgo
way
later.
back to the dancer's skirt.
I mean, I've been to 2. That's why I suggested that. I've seen Cha there.
Excuse me.
We've all been to
Um,
2.
Should I do a history check to see if
On-
I've been in Precinct 1? Or
I mean, you have 2 years worth of memories, but sure, go ahead. That's why I was all like, that's your overall goal, not to recover your memories.
I think that's a 12.
12. Okay.
And I guess it's not so much, it's more knowledge of Precinct 1, not necessarily have I been there.
Yeah, give me a second, because things are
That's
going
an
a little slow.
expensive area, I think.
Okay. Precinct 1 is a hub of wealth and power. Courtly games and espionage play out among visitors gawking at the impressive architecture. It is also known as the Guild Pact Precinct,
Okay.
because it's where the
Um,
office of the Guild Pact is situated.
I mean, how far away is District 2?
District 2 from District 1, or from where you currently are? Thanks to
From
Ingrid,
where we currently are.
between the Dromids and Ingrid's navigational skills, you can get pretty much to any of the centralized districts within about 3 to 4 hours.
That sounds like that could be a plan.
I'm assuming y'all are back at the skirt at this point. Leslie comes by and she puts out the usual servings of ramekin dishes of meats, sauces, and like a large loaf of bread for y'all to tear off of.
How's Kay holding up? Because I know he was running along.
Oh, he's like... Y'all weren't going full out. Y'all were going at a speed that Kay and Reeve could keep up because y'all don't have a mount for Reeve.
I thought Reeve was riding with Fairdeer, but I guess not.
I
guess not.
The dromids can't really handle more than one person, maybe a person and a small person.
Like a goblin or something. Okay.
Yeah. But 2 people is like they're not that tough.
Really built for that, yeah.
You know, guys, I think we should get another Drummond for Grigum. And, like, Reeve could ride it in the meantime, but, like, if you and Kay were gone, I don't know, hunting some beast somewhere, and then Grigum wanted him out, he couldn't ride Kay, you know. This doesn't seem too fair. I think we need a Drummond for Grigum.
That's your department. I just make sure they're fed and take care of them.
I mean, it's party funds. It could cost us between 30 and 60 gold, depending on negotiating. So,
I don't really care either way.
What do you think, Rail? Should we get Grigum a Drummond also?
Yeah.
You want to go with me to help negotiate?
I'm sure I can help out a little. But yeah, it makes sense to have us all riding roughly the same amount. We don't want to be a ragtag band.
Temporarily we can put Reeve on it while he's with us. So, and then when we're at home, Grigum can take it out. Okay, so I think we're gonna head to the market after we eat.
Okay.
As a point of order, how many dromids do we have at this point?
Y'all currently have 3 dromids. And a specialized saddle for Kay to ride a dromid.
Good.
Well, sidecar, but yeah.
And then a specialized saddle for Grigum to ride Kay and see the Horde document for details of what we have.
I'm sorry, my computer needed to update, so I'm a little out of
I wonder what he's going to name it.
Bourbon. Okay.
Something like that.
So
I was thinking like
nice.
Gin, because we all have like really short names for ours.
That's too close to Jiminy.
That's true. That's very true.
I actually track the names.
I'm sticking with sticks.
Okay, so y'all return to the marketplace. It's getting later in the day. Most of the merchants have cleared out. Let me do a quick series of rolls to check something. Buying time, making sounds while I buy time, keeping it from being dead air.
Ingrid's gonna use guidance.
So, Ingrid, I couldn't help but notice you seem to have gotten taller.
Yes, magical backlash. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure Valora could fix that too. Probably even at the same time.
Y'all also encountered a unicorn. Y'all get there.
What now?
You encountered a unicorn in the Mizium Foundry.
You know what? I think I'm going to be with them. I don't have anything else to do, so
okay.
I followed them.
So, Ingrid and Rail, y'all head down to the marketplace, the large circular plaza. Vendor stalls are separated
Fairdeer, because you wanted to come.
Fairdeer, yeah. Fairdeer tagging along behind. The vendor stalls are separated into, like, one half being local goods, one half being imported goods. A couple of the imported goods are still open. Most of the local good ones are shut down. You do see the person that you bought dromids from previously is starting to shut down his thing.
You still had one dromid there?
Kind of. Oh, it's you. Yeah, the one that I brought, the other one that I brought back yesterday. Yes.
Well, I was just wondering. It would look nice if our whole crew had them. You know, the kind of thing someone might comment on and ask about where you would buy such a beast. So I was thinking maybe we could give one more discounted one, and if anyone asks, we'll tell them they come from here and that they cost 75.
Make it roll.
Are you helping, Rail?
I am.
Okay.
How are
course
you
I am.
helping?
By looking so pretty.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll with advantage then.
That would be a 28.
28. You kind of. Okay, but I don't have any more in my husbandry, so don't send anyone for a while. They take a couple months to raise. And he kind of gets stops packing everything up, and he goes around back into like the stable area and leads out the last of the cricket horses that he came and got. And he's like, the same saddles and stuff.
Yeah, just the normal exotic saddle they come with.
Okay.
Need to get a small one.
Same price as last time.
Yeah, and she'll take
Sizing.
down.
Sizing.
Yeah,
Oh, welcome back.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
right.
smaller than all of you.
we need a normal and a small. Really.
He
Or
already
something like-
he has the sizings for Griggum because y'all
Okay.
gave him the sizings for Griggum
Yeah.
beforehand, so he can
Okay.
adjust the saddle as necessary. Most saddles are
What?
adjustable too.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Yeah,
What
most
was
saddles.
this merchant's name again?
I don't think any of y'all ever actually asked.
Well, we got to get it now because we're going to promote for him. So.
Yeah.
This is. He kind of looks at you like half taking mental. Vedrid. Grunland Vedrid.
I have no idea how to spell that, so I'm going to do my best.
I'm dropping it in the chat for you. I automatically do this now because prevents issues like we had with Kars.
And anyone that can,
Names are hard.
anyone we refer that can afford one for 75 will have no money paying no trouble paying a messenger to send down to Farkeep. So
Come on, machine. There we go. Sorry about that little blip there.
okay. I'm gonna go
Okay.
to the side and take a note here because it's behind my camera.
Aw. I heard Spitfire.
Yeah.
I love that little cat. I miss her so much. Okay, so you have acquired a 4th Dromid.
Yes. So we're going to go back and show Griggum, and since he's locking up and we probably need the mounts either tonight or in the morning, I guess we're taking him back with us.
Yeah,
Okay.
first, I want to do a once over and
Go
make
ahead.
sure it's in
Okay.
good health.
Make a animal handling check.
Okay, this is 23.
I'm sorry, did you say 3 or 23?
23.
23. No, it looks to be in fairly good health. You've not really had too much experience with Dromids, but the carapace seems solid. There's a good luster to it. And its antennas aren't ragged. It's doing a little with its mouth when you get your hand close to it.
Yeah, I get it. Like little kind of reassuring pets.
Its antennas like a. But yeah, it seems fairly healthy as near as you can tell.
I report this, even though normally you would do this before buying it, but you know, whatever. We just roll with it.
Ah, that would have been a good name for the show. Just
What?
roll with it.
That may already be taken.
We can check. I mean, technically the show is called Second Side Agency. on the Bonus Roll Network.
Oh, right.
Oh, I'm
Good-
looking into
good
getting us
distinction to
on Apple Podcasts.
Oh,
Really?
I'm
I've
working
never
on
been on a
it.
podcast before.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Okay. I believe you.
Now wait till those snobs at NPR hear about that. We can have podcasts too.
Okay.
Okay, welcome to Table Talk.
No, but
okay, so
yeah, y'all have a new Dromid. Y'all need to eventually name it. Whoever is writing, maintaining, please add the Dromid to your extras, or I will add it later for you if you need it. What's your plans, guys?
I think we should do a payout for one thing.
A payout.
Does anyone want some of our coins?
I think I probably want another case of bolts, but other than that, I don't really have any dire need of personal funds.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing all right here.
My bar tab is good. Wait, I'm not there.
No, we were heading back,
I
so
assume
I
that
think
they would
I
get
would
back
wait
to
till.
I would assume
Yeah.
they would go back to the dancer's skirt before this. It's like, hey, Grigham's not here. Y'all want to get paid?
I'm not doing that. Oh, Gregum, while you weren't
Oh,
here, we
poor-
bought you a mount.
I rolled a 10. Does that mean that she's currently talking to his feet that are sticking out of a barrel?
Grigham is currently laying on his back on one of the tables, just kind of,
Well, that's our table, I guess.
he's
Yeah,
got,
I'd like to. I think Kay is gonna run up and start licking Grigham's face.
he's kind of got a straw, and it's just leaning from his mouth to a bottle that's slightly above his head level.
I think,
Oh,
yeah,
Grigam
like I
will-
said, Kay is gonna be licking Grigham's face in sort of a "Are you okay?" type
Grigham,
of
Grigam will
turn
do
gesture.
Grigam will do his darnest to keep Kay from licking him because it's like, no. I know where that.
Do I
tongue's
need to
been.
make
No,
an opposed check?
no. I know where that tongue has been. It's like,
roll for
Time
like
for Kay to roll a grapple
Happy that
check.
You're alive.
While we were gone, we got you a Drummond, Gregum.
good.
You should think about what to name it.
What color is it?
It's kind of green with a little bit of brown speckling along the edges of the carapace.
Calling him Garnish.
Okay, I like that. I would have gone. I was expecting bourbon or something, but yeah.
Sure.
So, since he was closing down the stable and we were going to need the Dromids, I didn't put him up in the stable, but that's also the only stable. So we were kind of thinking of going up and getting a newspaper or something.
Oh, I thought
You-
you were going to say you were getting a new stable.
Do you want to head up ground? We have 2 days before our dinner.
We haven't been told if it's okay to go back up yet. Like,
Well, we don't have to go to the 4th.
yeah. Fourth.
Yeah, we're just
We
going
can visit
up to get
Shaw.
information.
Hang
Well, if you're happy.
on. Okay.
Wait,
Do you have any
What district
restorations
is-
or anything?
What district is above us?
y'all are almost
One.
directly under Precinct 1. Cha lives in Precinct 2. Y'all have
Yeah,
some
we could go to
connections
one or
in
two.
Precinct 3 and 6 as well.
Means that that means all those lawmakers are going to be up there. I don't know if I want to be up there. It's like,
Yeah, that's why we're going to 2.
Yeah, that's a great
Way
idea.
ahead of you.
Go to
2
where
is the lawmaker one.
Go to where the lawmakers are literally stationed.
We could go to 5. It's got great
Look,
libraries,
look,
and I don't know anyone there.
look, I may know like at least one lawmaker personally, but it's like I doubt that's going to get me anywhere in there. It's like,
Wait, sorry. So 2 is the district for the lawmakers.
2 is where New Prov, the Azorius Senate, is housed.
And 1 is the guild packed in a lot of fancy buildings, and it'd probably be more expensive to get papers.
Significantly.
But we could go to one of the other ones. And 5 has lots of libraries. I think we all like libraries.
How long of a trip is that?
To get to 5, it's one of the more outlying ones. You would probably be looking at a 5-hour trip.
Is that including using the tram?
That is having Ingrid lead you to a place close enough to get to a tram. Y'all are pretty deep in the Undercity right now.
Right. Like, I just want to go to, like, a tram station and try to look at the newspaper, hear the buzz.
So District 1?
I mean, there's always the Demir-controlled hub that's nearby, if y'all can figure out how to get back there.
I mean, that's the closest tram station to start with, right?
Yes, that's not publicly available, though.
Right. If we went to there? I mean, we're not.
We do not know if it will even still be there.
Yeah, let's just. I mean, honestly, if going to District 2 helps Ingrid with her personal matter,
I'm good with whichever one. I just wanted to say hi to Cha at some point.
Precinct 2, I mean, there's a couple places y'all could go to get Dispel Magic cast on you to probably remove the warping effects of the Wild Magic surges. Precinct 2 would maybe have a couple people that are capable of handling it. The one that y'all know of, or the one that Ingrid knows of 100% that could deal with it, is out in Roma.
Which is an Undercity city.
Is an Undercity city under Precinct 6, I believe.
I mean, it's under 6, but it probably won't have much information about 6.
How long is that?
But the mounts wouldn't stand out at all in Roma.
To go to Roma, it would be a 3-hour trip. Ingrid got there and back in a day and a half.
Okay, hold up.
I stayed for a while.
Yeah.
Hold up. I zoned out. This drink is too good. What are we discussing now?
Okay, now I'm curious. What drink?
Well,
It would be
Just ask for the one that goes above your head, and you'll probably get the same one.
It's green. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like I had to do it at least once in my life.
Okay. You know what? If we're maybe going to the underside of 6, we could probably would probably help figuring out what's going on. So,
Really? Well, there's a postal hub there now. If Asham put it in,
yeah.
So they might have news.
Yeah, probably a good idea. We do need to figure out what's going on in 4th precinct. District. I was like, I can't remember these titles anymore. Precinct. Yeah.
The Demir postal hub that Asham was talking about is situated under the 4th.
Yeah. We hers is too. Roma's under 4th.
Oh, I don't know why I had it written.
Remember, there was this period of distance.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, you started in the 6th and you ended up in the 4th. Okay, there we go. That's why my notes seemed weird.
I did not. That's not known at all.
That's out of character information.
She thinks that Roma's close by, and we can get. I mean, if she wants to go to Roma, and Roma seems like we could get some news of what's going on at our home. That seems like a good plan to me.
I mean, I'm good.
was that-
I'll get my magic dispelled within 2 weeks either way.
So was that like a session 0 like knowledge or what? It's like,
What?
Yeah, that pre-zero. It includes like a written out family tree and stuff.
okay, so yeah, like further incentive to view our session 0s.
Which I really need to
Okay.
get that patron up and running.
Yeah.
No
No,
worries.
Now that we have a banner,
Boy,
I just need to
here
get
I
someone
am.
to send me a copy of the banner.
Wow,
I
here I
did.
am shilling for session 0s and we don't have them up yet. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's
Well,
right.
I send you the whole image anyway.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But
so-
I'll put Ingrid's family tree up on that and the family descriptions if we do that.
So,
Okay.
yeah, adventure to Roma on our new mounts.
I mean, you're less likely to get news than the upper city, but I mean, it's possible.
Can we go to the upper city on Roma? Is that in the affected place?
That's the fourth where we're not supposed to go.
I mean, from the Undercity, you can get to pretty much anywhere. It just takes some time. But you have
Right.
a Undercity denizen with you, which makes it a little bit easier to traverse the tunnels.
I mean,
Mhm.
there's 2 days we could go there, get the magic dispelled, since you seem so worried about it, and then go somewhere else for news if there's no news.
I mean, personally, I'm fine. We'll see.
I mean, just think how great my deception checks are going to be at this age.
I mean, she's not wrong.
what's the deception?
There are both advantages and disadvantages of having somebody
Hang
that looks like
Hang on.
12.
I got the rules for this. Hold on.
So hold on. What are we trying to dispel from her? It's like,
She's 12.
And
now,
also,
here's a question. It's like, are we sure this wasn't a permanent effect?
No.
we have no idea. We haven't even checked.
I rolled off screen for if I knew or not, so I know that my patron can take care of it. That's all I know for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wherever we're going, all I ask is we go to some place where we can get more information.
Guys, can we hold a second? My
No.
computer is freaking right out, and the video is getting a little messed up. 1 second, everyone, please bear with us. I think I need to go down to a single monitor again. Come on. Alright.
But I think we're deciding between first, second, fifth, or Roma.
Wow. Not waiting at all.
Clarifying what we're talking.
No, literally, like, we have next... Okay, I have fixed... At least now people can see y'all.
Okay.
Like, I don't play around. If I say, wait a minute, there's something going wrong, there's something going wrong.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Come on, machine, you can handle this. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Fix that, and I am just going to shut down and disconnect my second screen, which means I get to have everything all on one screen now. Yay! Don't mind me, please continue talk. We're good to go now.
Okay. Yeah, just wherever you want to go. Just ideally a place that gets news from the 4th District Precinct.
Okay, so first, second, fifth, or Roma. Okay, so let's just narrow it down first. Up or stay lower?
Stay lower. You're like,
Okay, then there's only one stay lower choice, so that would be Roma.
There's Roma or there's Farkeep. Y'all can
Fair
say
enough.
where y'all are.
we could stay where we are. You're like, but the thing is, I'm still curious about what's going on up above ground. You're like, especially 4th precinct.
It's definitely a lot easier to get information closer to the surface. Roma is not is a lot closer to the surface than turn off, please. Roma is a lot closer to the surface than what's the word for it? Farkeep.
Farkeep.
Yeah.
And then I think we need to decide if Reeve wants to come with us or if he's really comfortable here. I think he should probably come with us.
That's up to him.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, my line of thinking here is this. It's like, if something's going on up on the surface, it's like, good chance that it might be one of the other factions that typically is on the surface. It's like,
I mean, there's a
that is-
chance.
Yeah. Mhm.
There's a chance Valora might even know, just because she already knew of our Is It mission when I got down there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think we should probably check out Roma, and even if we don't see anything there, in a place that has more information, it'd be better to find a place that's closer to the district that we want to know about, so we're not that far away from a place that would potentially
And I
have
could stay the
information.
night in my old room.
Oh, that's what fell.
I don't know if y'all can go to the house, though, because of the trees.
I don't know.
Because of the trees.
That's
Are these unfriendly
Not-
trees?
whatsoever.
They can be unfriendly trees.
I mean, most trees are unfriendly if you fall from them.
But I could go
True.
check first.
All right, and just a bit of a side note. I need to save up a bit for a pearl. Need it for a.
Yes, I need.
I'm having some trouble.
Y'all have a significant number of funds. In fact, I believe Ingrid was talking about doing a payout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of buying an alert scroll and some ink, but it can always wait.
All right. Well, it's in order to cast Identify. I need a pearl of considerable quality, but I do need to have it to cast.
Okay.
And it seems the kind of spell that might be very handy in the future.
Yeah.
Identify
sounds-
is a very useful spell. That's why Cathal
Okay, let's
has
all-
it, and why Spanner. Sorry, y'all don't know his full name. That's why Spanner offered to cast it for y'all once a month.
Okay, let's all vote. Who thinks the party should buy apparel for Rail to use for Identify?
I mean, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Motion passes.
Who thinks the
Just
party
long
should
as
get
Brigham
Ingrid an alarm scroll?
Did y'all
About how much?
How much would that run?
first level alarm scroll would run about 100 gold.
And 50 spell ink, right?
Yes.
So just so you can just cast it, or so you can learn.
As a ritual. Yeah.
Oh, that seems like a
Fair enough.
perfectly fine investment to me.
Motion passes. It sounds.
Are you good with it too, Grigum?
I mean, look, anything that deals with divination is going to be on my book. Yes. Like,
Sure, alarm
Okay.
totally deals with divination.
Well,
it does. It's like,
It does. I think something.
I can just
I think
take 2
something is
seconds
wrong,
early.
and
Someone's
it's
breaking in
turns
on
out it's
us.
right.
yeah, it allows us to detect stuff, right? And like,
Alarm is kind of like a divination with a high degree of accuracy.
a
It's,
definition. It's like, you're going to go deaf with it.
it's really good for people that sleep soundly. So, Roma would probably have some of those supplies. It's a little bit bigger.
For the
so-
record,
It's
Cathal
abjuration, I know.
knows alarm. And
So
you
it might
could
just be copying cost.
You would
Okay.
just have to find and get to Cathal.
Yeah. I just need 50 gold ink.
50 gold per spell level.
And how much is the pearl?
That's its first level.
I believe the pearl has to be worth 50 gold as well, that Rail needs.
100 gold
100 gold.
for the
okay.
pearl.
Okay, so I think we're heading off this
Spellcasting
late
ain't cheap.
afternoon. No, I think we're heading off this late afternoon to go to Roma then.
Well, I mean, y'all went to the market and then back to the dancer skirting. Y'all spent some time planning, so it's getting close to
market,
6:37 at this point.
I'd say at this point we should just
My concern was there's no other stables here.
And what, do we have more horses, more dromids than we have places to put them?
We have 0 places to put them and 4 dromids, so yes.
Probably gonna be an all-nighter.
Well, I mean, it's early afternoon. It's a 3-hour ride. We could get there and find a place.
It's significantly shorter with the dromids than it is just walking.
At the market,
It's closed.
I didn't have a chance to say this while we were there, but I've got I'd like a box of bolts.
1 second. Let's see here. Yeah, you would have been able to find some. They would have run you 2 gold. 420.
Oh, 2 gold. That might bank.
I think. Hold on, let me check my paperwork. Because I put all my paperwork away because I thought we were done with the marketplace. Feel free to make noise and talk while I look through my papers.
So you're saying there is no stable in this place whatsoever?
This stable is in the marketplace.
Right.
And it closed up and didn't have any more dromids now, so I think he's going to go back and spend some time at the hatchery.
Yeah, 2 gold.
Oh.
For 20 crossbow bolts. Now, I mean, that's the publicly available stables. There is a stables attached to the rot farm as well. But those are for, rot farm animals.
Some of those might actually be carnivorous to our mount.
Significantly.
So, from what I know of it, that's not the best place to stable a dromid. Short ride to Roma, and then we tuck in for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Let's do this. I was like,
Let's let Leslie know.
All right, so we're also going to have. What was it? Was Asafa's one who hired us to get the coin that we couldn't get?
Yeah.
Yes. But also, they couldn't have gotten it either. And we saved them all that money searching for it.
We're going to have to explain.
When we go up, definitely.
Remember that she threatened my sister. Sorry, they threatened my sister.
She
What pronouns do
threatened
Angel-
a lot of people.
Yes, but more importantly, she threatened my sister.
That sounds like something that should be talked over after our ride and a nap so that everyone's in a good planning and scheming mood.
Or during the ride.
Y'all do have
That's 3
3 hours.
Okay, well, let's go see if Reeve wants to go to Roma or if he would like to stay a couple days. Since I think you said you're going to leave it up to him, right, Grigum?
I think he should just come with us. I was like,
That's probably safer.
yeah. Like,
Since Reeve doesn't have a mount, y'all will have to travel at his speed.
He could
Let's
ride
go now.
Grigum's and Grigum can ride Caleb.
I thought
Okay.
he came with us to the whole thing with.
Yeah, y'all were
That
moving
dungeon,
at speed, but he was running the whole way. Now that y'all have a 4th Dromid,
What?
yeah, y'all basically made this poor man run after y'all while y'all were
You
on.
didn't get him a mount? Why didn't you get him a mount? Like, I
have
thought you got him a mount. It's like,
Can we kind of...
He has one now, if he rides the Dromid that y'all just got.
He's gonna ride Garnish.
You know what? That's a fair
Can we
point. I can
retcon
just.
that
I
and
can-
say that we took shifts running along? Because I don't think that if we were aware of that, we would have made him run the whole 3 hours
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah,
it would
no,
have
got
taken.
it.
It wasn't 3
that is
hours.
cruel.
It was.
That would
hour
be
each way.
cruel and unusual.
It would
just
be
to
like
be
40-minute
hey,
run.
we all got mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to the that was to the foundry. It was about a 40-minute run.
Yeah.
Making him run to Roma from where you all are.
No.
That
But yeah,
yeah.
you have now a spare dromid. I can just ride K again. And it's like,
Yeah.
If we get to a chasm, we can just stop and ferry people.
Yeah. There's no
was
you've
sweet.
made this trick trap before. You know there's no chasm between
Okay.
Farkeep and Roma that you would have to deal with. There are a couple, but you can skirt around them without adding too much more time. Unless you want to go and view a chasm.
No, some other day.
Okay. So, someone said something else. Someone said they wanted to talk to Leslie?
Yeah, just let her know that we'll be back in a couple days for the dinner, and we're running an errand so that she knows we're not there.
She can so you're not gonna need a room then?
No, we're gonna go stay in Roma for a couple days.
Okay. You're going to be back then, right?
Yes, and we still have that thing to give her at dinner, so.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Then, like, her little tressum is up on the bar, like.
Watch your waves to it.
Okay, so no one will be able to answer this except for Ingrid, but are you going to enter Roma at the Phylum, the Floric, or the Thoru level?
She was off of the Thoru level, wasn't she?
Yeah, with the okay. So that means y'all going to go through there, and there. Okay, that's no. I'm going to need a survival check from whoever is leading this, and
Is anybody gonna assist?
I was
Okay,
going to
so-
say it can't be assisted because this is a Undercity location that only Ingrid has been to previously.
Okay.
Does guidance?
Yeah, guidance can work.
Okay, so survival plus guidance, and my aim is to come out kind of on the city near her area, and then go check if they can just come up to the house for the night.
Okay, so you're heading toward. You're going to try and come in at the north. Okay.
21.
21. Okay. This is less to navigate and to make sure no one accidentally takes a wrong path or trips or falls into a pit of violent fungus.
yeah,
But you managed to.
they certainly aren't fun guys.
You managed to shepherd your party through the winding, twisting tunnels. There are a couple points where you have to get off of the dromids, and you've never really seen dromids before, so seeing them crawl is a very new experience where their bodies are compressed down to maybe 2 feet in height as they like through a couple openings that y'all then follow them through.
Won't be able to get a horse.
Yeah, there's a reason why you don't find a lot of horses in the Undercity. Through all these twists and turns, you eventually start noticing that the caves and the passageways are looking less and less like they've been filled with dirt and more like abandoned tunnels, subway stations, and such. You feel like you're getting higher up on the strata of the Undercity, closer to the Overcity now. Finally, y'all wind your way through a tunnel system that leads into this large open area. There's no buildings arranged in here. Instead, there's furniture and goods arranged in a large stockpile. You've arrived in the northern throw ward in the crawl hive stockpile. So for where you are, Ingrid. The rest of you just see piles of stuff, like random bits of trash have been pushed into one corner. Boxes are stacked up in another. There's armor and weapons. There's stacks of food in another corner. It looks organized and it looks purposely stocked here. And Ingrid leads you into this room through a kind of narrow fissure in the wall. There are several other openings that look more doorway-like throughout the area. But you have arrived in Roma.
Watcher of lost children and injured animals, could you go see Valora Almaroma for me and ask her if we might have company at the house?
Watcher kind of like stretches out and wiggles his like claws and flexes his tail. He preens a little, looks at Ingrid, and then flutters off down a fissure way. Okay. So what was the exact message that you wanted Watcher to relay?
If we might have company at the house. And I think I'd just send Watcher an image of the group.
Okay.
That'd probably be the easiest way to convey it anyway.
That's how Watcher would convey it as well. Okay. Alright, just checking. You have a little bit of time. If
So
anyone
this is
wants
the-
to do any interactions.
I'd say let's try and dig up a little bit of news. Maybe go pub crawling. I don't know. Like, what is there to do here, Ingrid?
Well, we're at the crawl tunnels right now, so it's a lot of supplies and tunnels and farming stuff near the north. We'll have to go a little further south. I do want to stay a bit close or circle back, though, so Watcher can find us easily. What would be the closest pubish-like area on the north here?
On the north, your best bet would probably be to go up to the floridic level and then head towards the rise. So up and towards center Roma.
Is Watcher still in sight where I can ping him an image?
He's gone down the tunnel, but he's still within a mile of you, so you can communicate with him.
Okay. Then I'll let him know where we're going. I imagine it's a place I would have visited before anyway.
Okay. So,
Alright.
y'all are going towards the rise then? Alright, so the quickest way to the rise is through the tunnels. So, Ingrid, you know this area, so make me just a history check, please.
I was thinking, are people going to look oddly at the 12?
Only a 7.
7?
Look oddly at the what?
So are people going to look oddly at the 12?
You're cutting off after 12. Oh, 12-year-old. Okay. Well,
Yeah, just that you're walking around surrounded by adventurers.
Oh,
Why do those adventurers have kids?
for the record, none of your clothes fit properly anymore, Ingrid, except for the breastplate.
Well, I'm taller, but also younger, so
Yeah.
I thought it might average out a little. That's okay.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, wow, you were taller when you were younger? And I was like, but then I remembered, oh wait, like you grew some inches as well as got younger.
Luckily, the fancy dress I packed is a dress, so I don't have to worry as much on the fit.
So
At least your breastplate will keep it in place.
Yeah.
So, you rolled a 7, right? That's enough for you to remember to avoid the larval chamber. So, okay, you lead the group through one of the fissures in the wall, and everyone. You get the impression that Roma is not so much like Farkeep, where it was a large central cavern with buildings, but instead a interconnected series of rooms that form a collective tunnel. So she takes you down one and leads you through a room, and there's like several giant mantis-like people clustered together with like their claws, and they look over at the sound Ingrid makes, and you can hear. Before they turn back towards each other, and their like claws are scraping against each other. A couple of them are physically larger and have just multicolored wings that have spread behind them. You get the sense that this is some sort of interaction. She leads you through that room into another room where more of the mantis people seem to be at rest. A couple of them look like they're working on hobbies and stuff before she leads you through that room into a third chamber, and this is a massive circular chamber. Looking up, you get a sense of vertigo just because it seems so tall as you enter the Ilthix Rise. Around the edge of the room is a spiraling staircase that leads higher up. At the ground level, the floor where you are, there are a number of crafts tables and people working on stuff. Taking you up along the edge of the rise, you feel the rush of hot air from the forges below, lifting and rushing up past y'all. There is fortunately not so much a handrail as it's just a rope that's along the inside that you can hold on to, so there's less chance of falling off. She leads y'all up about 80 feet to a entranceway in the tunnel. Leads you through that tunnel into a split path and find your way into a medium-sized chamber. Along one wall is like a bar. There's a small stage in a corner. There's a number of tables without chairs, and there's a number of tables with chairs. This late in the evening, there is a single one of the mantis people behind the bar, a few Dekvar and Dark Elves at one of the tables, and a scattering of other people in the area as well. But you have arrived at the Fetid Mushroom.
Lovely name for a...
Yeah, let's go inside.
And then if anyone doesn't want to go up to the house, or if that invitation is declined, there should be places to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know.
Okay.
I know Rail seems somewhat uncomfortable sometimes with some of the leadership.
Pardon, sorry, it was a long night of rebuilding these entire layouts. Okay. Fetid Mushroom, North Floridic. Okay, so, y'all don't know how long it's going to take for Watcher to respond. Y'all spent maybe an hour transversing from where y'all arrived to here. So, but Watcher flies faster than y'all walk. So, you have no idea how much time you have. Reeve immediately goes to the bar.
I'd probably get a spot to the side for the mounts and arrange that and give them some mushrooms.
Okay, so you look at you talk with the bartender. Then he and arrange a to stable the mounts in one of the hive chambers. Sorry, it was a long night. Okay.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I had.
I think everyone's kind of like resting up and waiting for the answer, unless they just want to stay here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no one has anything they want to do or interactions that they're looking to have. It takes
I'm
about.
curious about eavesdropping on those elves.
There's a couple different elves at the table. Most of them are just like, sitting, drinking, talking. There's a couple that are playing games. Is there anything you're particularly wanting to look in on?
Just kind of keeping myself in condition,
Okay.
trying to quietly eat.
Okay, so my question is, do you speak Undercommon?
I do.
When we discussed languages before the game,
Mm-hmm.
you said we probably wouldn't need Undercommon because so much of Ravnica interacts.
Yes, but
No,
most people
I have-
speak.
That doesn't mean that we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
It doesn't
Okay.
exist.
I
It's just
have Undercommon,
Okay.
and I can read lips.
Okay.
So what did
Rail,
they say?
go ahead and make a perception roll.
Okay. I need a d20.
Fairdeer is most definitely not a spy.
Natural 20?
Hmm?
It's a natural 20, so effectively.
Okay. So you hear this. Vodofoto sa tekitato shon nolaman devadatukona alo sate vadata se hodokono manadavanoloe.
Okay. So I don't understand under.
Probably not.
Can I remember it enough? Can I remember it well and what I heard well enough to ask the other members of the agency what they were saying?
Or you could just elbow me in the side and say, "Hey, what are they saying?" And I can do that. I can
Fair
read
enough, that
lips.
worked. Well, yeah, if you want to do it the easy way.
Okay.
Yes,
Fairdeer,
let's do that.
Make me a perception
Camera.
roll.
It's 23.
23. All right. So your undercommon is a little rusty, but you do pick out bits of the conversations. No, the work goes well, but we haven't heard anything about the shipments that we sent up. After all the fighting, it seems to have taken a roost somewhere at the border of the Red Wastes.
Okay, I'm going to spies murmur this to Rail. Just kind of almost like a
Okay.
streaming translation through the spies murmur to him.
That's clever. It's real clever.
That's very clear. So just nice to know that we can do this.
So after about sorry, I was reading what Equilibrium was saying about how all the games he's running Undercommon is just German. He's like, that wasn't an actual language I was using. That was just me babbling.
Hopefully not.
But it takes
We'll
about
try not to just Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead. I know what I was going to say.
Yeah. I was only going to say, it's a good thing we don't just babble back at you. It's like, just randomly.
See, I always thought Dwarvish would be more German, but
I tend to
I guess
see
that's me.
Dwarvish as a mixture of
Dwarvish.
German, Russian, and Scottish.
See, I always think of Dwarvish as Hebrew. In fact,
I could see that.
a lot of the same kind of guttural sounds.
I could see that. Anyway,
Or at the very least, if you want to get halfway German, halfway Hebrew, you get.
Okay. And that has been your language lesson for today. Join us next week.
okay.
Hey,
So-
remember, Lincoln was a linguist.
Ingrid, after about 20 minutes, Watcher flutters through the one of the crevices, not the one that Yell came in through a different one, and aligns on your shoulder. He kind of preens at your hair a little, and you receive a mental image of a apple coated in honey.
So just me
And then
confirming
another
with
one,
him in common.
and then another one, and then another one. And I lost count of how many times I said, and then another one.
I think 4.
Yeah, then we're good.
7.
Okay, so basically he's counting off guest.
hmm
Okay. So anyone want to go up to the house, get a good night's sleep?
I do, but can we take a break first?
Voto aba nalo. In
What
other
language
words,
was that in?
We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone, thanks for joining us. I hope y'all have been enjoying the show. There's it's going a little bit of downtime, but wow, he just sprinted off. Okay, fine. Intermission. We'll be back in 15.
Okay. See y'all in a few.
And when we get back, maybe Ingrid will be 17.
We are back. Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, Tux had to run. There was a little bit of an emergency. He did not log off of Discord, so until his thing times out, we're going to just be stuck with his little icon. So please bear with us until... Yeah.
We will also make adjustments as normal.
Yep.
Will we run into any trouble with, did you remake the 4-person one also?
You know
Because
I did,
if the
because
whole-
I'm that good.
Yay!
No, it's
Good
only
fake out.
it's only the things that I don't expect to go wrong that go wrong. Everything else I plan for. It's like the chance of losing someone, yes, can totally handle that. The chance of someone leaving and not signing himself off of Discord or leaving the call first. Did not expect that. So,
a plan is only foolproof if you take into account the fool.
yeah. Tux, I hope everything is okay, and I wish you and your family the best. I don't know what's going on. I'm just assuming that has something to do with his family. Alright, so,
It's not it's good to give family good wishes.
who wants to Jaeger Fairdeer?
Well, I mean, I could give him a shot. But I'm Tish.
Now, I will...
Jägermeister?
I'll NPC him until I can remove him from play. Fortunately for us, it's late enough in the day that y'all are probably going to be bedding down pretty soon. Where we left off, hello everyone, sorry for that extra long break. Life is life, and life needs...
Ending to.
Yes, that works. Anyway, we left off. Watcher flew in to the fetid mushroom, aligned on Ingrid's shoulder, and sent her mental images, none of which y'all saw. Ingrid and Watcher communicates only with Ingrid.
Except the rare times he'll ping an image to someone who can't see.
Or lick Theodore's eardrum at the insistence of a very dosed up Ingrid.
So guys, let's go and don't touch the trees, and we'll be good.
Okay.
Don't touch the trees, okay.
Yeah.
So
There's a path. It's fine.
I was like,
you're going to take her to you're taking the group to the Omorona Rot Farm then, right? And then to the mansion?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, at least like through there, kind of, since it's.
all right. So
I don't think I can go directly to the mansion.
no, you have to go through the Rot
Yeah.
Farm. That is a security reason. Ingrid leads y'all out of the fetid mushroom in the direction that Watcher came through, and through a series of twisting caverns and small spaces that are either used for storage or people sleeping or taking part in recreation, leads you through into a large open cavern. The entire landscape is alien looking. It has fungus growing on the backs of corpses and lichen spreading up the strands of webbing hanging from the walls. The entire area glows with phosphorescent spores that just kind of drift through the air like a heavy haze. You can see off in the distance humans, dark elves, and Crawl working in the place, turning corpses over, moving undead from one area to another, large spiders cocooning bodies. This is the first time many of y'all have seen a rot farm in actual action, and it is alien and weird, and this is where most of your food comes from, you realize. With a not too quick but a helpful path through the dense mushroom undergrowth and fungal shelves, Ingrid leads y'all back to the farthest north point of the rot farm, where the fungus stops and actual dirt and bare stone starts, and then you see a tree like you would see in the above area shooting up towards the roof or the ceiling. Its branches bare except for a collection of mushrooms that are growing along them, and then you pass another tree and another until they start getting thicker and larger. The largest one that you come across you can't even fit your arms around to try and touch your fingers. The ground starts seeping with this opaque, cold mist. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, then.
wisdom. Mind-boggling that monks are not wisdom focused classes. I was like,
I need
so
to quit
weird.
rolling where it's on the edge, like that. But
That's
11's
a
good enough.
9 from me.
9.
Yep.
Okay.
Not my best.
I got an 18. I don't know.
All right.
I think I'm gonna be fine.
Gregum, the mist just swirls around you. Ingrid, you can see small shapes moving through the mist. Rail, as you take a couple steps through the mist, it starts to feel heavy and wet and thick against your legs, and the mist starts billowing up around you. You can feel fingernails almost scraping against the back of your neck as y'all traverse the corpse grove. Until finally you come across, much like the Farkeeper mansion was set farther back, the Omarona mansion is a large wood and brick building, but where the Farkeeper building was made with dark woods and stones, the Omarona mansion is warm, rich lacquered wood with bricks and stone tiling leading up to a central entryway. There is a massive, like twice as big as any of the other mantis people that you've seen before, guard standing in front, his wings unfurled with with a weapon held in each arm, both long spears.
Yay, it's Zephyr Hump.
It makes.
Does he have a spiked bow with him, though? Is the question.
We will cover that later. The insect makes a series of clicking sounds at Ingrid. And with the response, it nods and moves a little to the side.
Oh, we have a camera guest.
Yep. We'll just take a minute.
Oh dear. Just to confirm, we didn't take a long rest yet, right?
No.
That's what we're planning on doing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as people may or may not know, we did a little bit of a reforge on some of these characters at the end of the last chapter, so Rail is a little bit different than I recall him. But pretty happy with how he looks
Sorry
now.
about that. My roommate was just asking, do I work and if I want pizza.
Now I want pizza.
Those are very valid questions, and I could go with pizza.
I'm in the middle of ordering pizza on another tab.
Yeah, you were talking about it, and now I'm thinking about it, and now that question makes me really want it.
Hey, Cooper, if you're in the chat. I
Anyway, enough derailing.
Okay. The huge insect, the huge mantis person nods its head and then shifts off to the side, moving out from in front of the doorway. Unlike the Farkeepers, there's no patio or porch on here. It's just stairways leading up to the door.
So, general form of address, either Mistress Omaroma or Mistress of the Corpse Grove would probably be the best forms.
Omarona or Omaroma?
Omaroma.
Roma. The city is Roma. Omaroma, if you speak Elven, means of Roma.
Good to know.
And I'm going to double check my languages. I was like, nope, Sylvan.
Sylvan's adjacent to Elf.
I do believe I speak Elvish. No, I don't. I was wrong.
Well, then that's just some information for you.
Fairdeer knows it now.
So I'm assuming y'all head on in?
Yes.
The door creaks open and leads into this central hallway. It leads back, and there's off-splitting rooms on either side. 2 doors on the left, 2 doors on the right, with about maybe 20 feet between them, and a large central staircase leads up to a foyer. A balcony foyer on the second level, and you can barely make out doorways up there as well. Ingrid, you know
I
your
don't.
room is up on the second floor, on the left-hand side, second door.
Would I know that if there's empty rooms around there where we could temporary, or would I just have them stay in probably like the parlorish area
I
in
mean,
my room?
you can have them stay in the parlorish area. You can have them stay in your room. You know that there are guest rooms on the first floor.
Okay, I'll probably take them to guest rooms then, and then see if I can find Valor after that.
Okay. So Ingrid takes y'all through the second door on the left-hand side, and it leads to a short hallway that leads to a suite of small 3-room apartments with a room, a sleeping room, a washroom, and a ready room. Large walk-in closet dresser situation. There's 4 of those rooms, and she gets everyone set up in one of those.
We could probably stay a couple nights. Maybe she'd even let us use the library in between our other errands. Get some good news tomorrow and some pearl shopping and stuff.
All right.
Right. Hopefully the city isn't on fire up top, but we're kind of limited in what we can do down here.
It might well be. It was a gruel raid, possibly.
I'm just a little concerned about the status of our lab. My research notes are going to be... Hopefully they're not too damaged.
Always rewrite research notes. It's the people I'm worried about.
True.
Anything we built before, we can build it again. Like, people are not easily replaced. At our level, that is true.
Yeah, you have a 5th level cleric who can't cast 3rd level spells yet.
I mean, I'm working on it.
So, Rail, are you good with your current magical effects?
Yeah.
I'm fine, I'd say. Yes, I'm fine.
You just look like you took a nice youthful vacation.
Yes. Skincare regimen is all that it's about.
So I'll get them settled and then go to find her.
Okay. Her room is across the second story foyer from yours, so you go into her her waiting chamber. You have your own waiting chamber, just like your room and her room are basically mirrors of each other, which are both larger versions of the downstairs guest rooms, where you have your foyer entertaining room, you have the bed area, and then you have the washroom. You find Valora in her waiting chambers, sitting on an elegant-looking wood and cushion couch, wearing her usual outfit of very high fashion with mushroom and fungal accents. She holds her hands in front of her and says, "Oh, my dear, you have returned. It is wonderful to see you again so early. My watcher has said that you brought friends with you. It is a first. I would love to meet them."
Most of my friends have been in the city before. Didn't expect our business that we were given to take me so far afield.
Oh, my dear. The people you know in the city are people you know. Friends are your equals. These are your equals, yes?
I think so.
Then they are your true friends. I would be very honored to meet them.
Is the morning good? They seem very tired.
All hours are the same to me, you know this, my child. But it is fine if they need to rest. How are you feeling?
Oh, funny story. I may have been hit by a few magical effects, as you can see.
I've noticed that you did change your physicality. I would not deem to comment on it if it was something that you chose. If it's not something that you chose, I can help with that. Has this been forced upon you?
It was more of a side effect. Is it areas?
The Tinkers, yes.
But it is rather cumbersome for other plans I discussed with you. So that would be most appreciated.
Okay. One moment. Let me gather my things. And she kind of goes off into her personal chambers for a moment, comes back with a small tray holding a bowl of water and a stick of incense. She holds out her hand and a black flame springs from her fingertips that she ignites the incense with, and she kind of waves it over the bowl before holding the bowl out to you. And give me 1 second because I have to make a roll. Okay, she holds out the bowl to you. Please, this will hopefully help.
So, with the spell, do I know if it's do I just hold the bowl, or is it a drinking bowl, or?
You assume that there has to be some imbibement.
Okay. So.
Okay, Ingrid takes the bowl, takes a deep sip. The water and the incense cloud fill your mouth with this kind of almost rosy taste, and swallow it, and nothing happens. This is much stronger than I expected. I will have to consider and expend a few resources to see what I can do for this. Please bear with me, my child.
We'll probably go see in town if there's any news of the 6th, unless you've heard of anything.
The 6th?
With the gruel attacks above. The 4th.
The 4th. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, brain typo, since we were talking about it earlier.
I do not know the specificity of what has happened. I can give you a general overview, but if you are wanting your friends to know as well, it may be better to wait until they are all rested and I can tell you all at once.
That would work.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you feel well enough for a session or two?
Short ones?
Okay. So go ahead and make me 2 Constitution saving throws.
A 14 and a 13.
14 and 13. Okay. She stands and looms over you and holds her hand over your face, and you feel that gentle pulling sensation that you felt so many times before as energy flows from you into her hand. She takes deep breaths, and you take 9 points of damage, and your health is reduced by the same amount until you take a long rest.
Okay.
She's on. Thank you, my child. Short time between, but it is always nice to have this connection when able. You should go and rest now.
And I'll go do that.
Okay, so everyone's going to take a long rest then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, y'all settle down for the night. It's about 11 o'clock at this point, so 8 hours later, y'all will awaken at roughly 7-ish in the morning. Fairdeer and Kay give y'all a wave as y'all wake up. As he's heading to explore Roma some to try and map out and figure out the locations. Because Tux isn't here and I need to remove his character and I can't have him just cast teleportation circle.
Yeah, plus he does like to go off and explore on his own. We do have that established fairly well.
Okay, so it is morning. Y'all are in the Roma. Bleh. Ingrid, say it.
Roma Mansion.
Thank you. And the day is yours.
I'll let them know that she was going to fill us in on what she did know of the surface area and would like to meet.
Okay, go ahead and let them know.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you first. Can Fairdeer be there before he leaves? Or no, not really. Okay. Don't go scowl at me. No. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. And then walk over to the next door. Knock, knock, knock. Walk over to the next door. Knock, knock, knock.
What?
If y'all would like to meet Mistress Somaroma, she said she would fill us in on what she did know of what was happening above before we headed out to seek more info.
Yes, that would be actually fantastic.
Okay.
Sure, let's go.
When seen Faraday?
Y'all saw him, y'all heard him get up and head out. He is probably going to have to be escorted across the rot farm by one of the guards, but that's not a big issue. Meryl, I have to warn you, I don't think Cooper is watching, so he may not have gotten your pizza request.
That's okay. I'll ping him directly.
Okay.
Pizza's important.
Yes. So, Ingrid, are you taking him to Valura's chambers or to the receiving room?
The latter sounds.
Okay. So, y'all go down. The Valura's chambers are on the upper floor, as is Ingrid's. The receiving room is next to the guest room. So, Ingrid takes y'all back to the main entryway and to the door the first door on your left side, and it leads y'all in to this large opulent chamber. There is a number of chairs and tables and daises lining the edges of the room that can be grabbed and situated and pulled around as necessary. There is a single gentleman there in what looks like a very tight-fitting suit. He has dark purplish skin and short brownish black hair, and his ears are just slightly elongated at the tips. As he looks up, a little white creeps up along his hairline, and he smiles at the group. "Oh, I remember you."
Is that you, Tears?
He stands and he smiles, he closes the book and with one hand, and when he releases it, it just whoosh, and a flame disappears. He crosses the room and he gives Ingrid a big bear hug, and he's like, "I did not think to see you again."
Oh, hi, and Marlon sends his greetings and well wishes too.
I am sorry, Marlon?
He assisted with opening the doors.
Oh,
One of the orderlies.
I do not remember much of that, but if he sends his
no,
thanks, I appreciate it. He looks over and says, "You new people, hello. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Tears of the Fallen."
Pleasure to meet you too. I'm Grigum.
Rail.
He kind
Pleasure
of
to meet
like reaches out his hand out and he kind of grabs Rail's hand in one hand and forearm in the other, shakes it, and as he says, "I like your hair very much. Do you mind?" And with there's a second as his hair shortens and the color changes to match Rail's. So I can see why you like this. Yes, thank you. And before he releases.
At least he knows to steal from the best. Take that as a compliment.
I was just waiting for a few of the acolytes to arrive. Are you here to see the mistress? Did you see her last night? I knew people had came in to visit. I assumed it was the new trainees.
Oh, I don't know about the trainees. I feel a little out of the loop now. But I did go see her, and she was going to talk to my friends this morning, so I thought this might be a good place rather than intrude on personal space.
Yes. No, the acolytes are to be trained to work the farm. They must, know to avoid the mists and to avoid the walking trees. I was going to show them around, give them a do not touch this, do not eat this, as was done for me when you brought me here.
Yes, that's always a fun time.
It was interesting. But yes, no. And he turns to Grigum and Rail clasps us. You are probably hungry. Here, I will go and retrieve food for you. Please sit. And he kind of pulls a table and pulls a chair or two and then exits the room.
Well, I'm going to go check in with Valora and see if she's ready to come down.
Okay, so you're following Tears out of the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm letting them know that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm saying that out loud.
Okay, go ahead.
Good to know.
I did. That's what I was saying to them out loud.
Yeah. While we're waiting, care for some dice? He just pulls out his dice set. They're sitting down at a table.
I think he's asking Grigum.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Grigum and Arel are waiting.
What was the question again?
Would you care to play some dice?
Well, I certainly hadn't had enough to drink today to warrant that, but sure, while we're waiting.
Alright,
What kind of dice game are we looking at? Like, dice poker, what?
There's a pretty simple game. Basically, both of y'all roll one die.
Do we get to just choose one at random, or?
Roll a d6, sorry.
Nah.
Basically, you have 3 d6 to roll to get as close to 21 without going over.
Alright.
So you roll one die, bet, and then roll one die.
Oh, not all at once. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I have proficiency with
Would 21 be the right number?
I don't have proficiency with this.
You don't want to go over it.
it.
You want to get as close to it as possible.
D6 says you can't go over it.
Wait. Oh, sorry. What is?
18. It's like.
Sorry, my brain is somewhere. It's
You wanna say
16.
4
Sorry.
16.
16.
Yeah.
without
You want to
going
get as
over.
close
Okay.
to 16 without going over. Sorry, it's been a night.
Alright.
Okay, so it's
I'm assuming
roll
y'all
and
aren't
then
betting, so just roll your 3.
let's see how it goes, and then maybe make it more interesting.
I just rolled a 6, so I'm doing pretty good so far.
That's a 2.
Oh.
Or do we not say what we've rolled yet?
That's up to you. You can keep it secret, or you can reveal.
I
Y'all
mean,
seem to be just playing
fact
for
of the
fun.
matter- Yeah, like, fact of the matter is that we're rolling right in front of each other, so
Yeah.
it's like,
That's true. It's a second die is a total of 6. So I'm not going to bust
I
on
just
this.
rolled a 5, so that puts me at
11.
11. And like,
hmm
I say that I feel pretty confident in this next roll. I was like,
All right.
Now, if the game's goal was 10 or something between 3 dice, that would be a much more challenging game.
yeah, now let's see. That was an 11. I was like, no, wait, sorry. 12. It's like, being a little less confident, but it's like, I think I can go for one more roll. I was like, you?
Yeah, no. It's a grand total of 10 on 3 dice.
13. You?
You win this round.
Okay, so Ingrid, you leave Grigum and Rail playing dice games. Follow Tears out into the hallway, and as he is crossing the way into the larder, or well, the kitchen,
Larder, like pantry.
It's a kitchen. The larder is beyond it. You see Valura descending the stairway from hers, and it's like, oh, you're already up. The receiving room?
Yes, I think one of our friends may have gone to town early for information, unfortunately.
It is, half is better than none. So she follows down the stairway and enters the room, and this is the first time you two have seen Valura. She is a tall, very elegantly shaped, female-looking Devkaran, dark elf. Her hair is cropped very short, almost to the point that, like, just shy of being shaved. She's wearing not the formalist of gowns, because it's early morning and she's expecting to meet with friends and stuff like that. So, but still a long flowing dress. A mantle of shelf fungal growth goes from her left shoulder down to her elbow, and she has a sort of collar of softly glowing lichen around her neck. Her eyes are this pale, solid, milky white. And she has this just genuinely warm smile. She's hello, I am Valura Omarona, thrice-born daughter of Ilvik Omarona. How may I address you?
She nudges Grigum.
Huh?
Oh, she asked how she might address you.
Oh, pardon me. It's like, it's like,
I'm going to just kind of like straighten up Gregum and quietly cast guidance on him.
that is a good move on your part, because I am scrambling for my official title right now.
Next time, tell me we need to put it in the wiki.
You're a evangel, if that's what you're looking
And
at.
I was going to say envoy for whatever reason. Like,
Close.
yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that title. Okay.
I'm Rigum, I'm like Evangel of the Selensnia Enclave, and yes, the group leader. He's like,
She kind of arches a brow and leans forward and takes your hand. So, a pleasure to meet you, Grigum of the Selesnia. Welcome to my home.
it's a pleasure to be like in your home. He's like,
Her hand is room temperature.
It is a great honor.
She
I look over to Rail. It's like,
stands up and looks at Rail. And how may I
yeah.
address you, young man?
Rail Corvino. I'm a researcher with the Simics.
Corvino.
Yes, are you familiar with the family?
I do not have many dealings with the Orzov as of late, but I have had some encounters with the Corvino and their branch families.
Yes, well... whatever they say about apples falling from the tree, don't believe it.
No, I certainly hope it is true in some cases. So, please sit. And she makes a gesture, and a chair pulls from the wall for her to settle down into. Tears had already pulled out a couple tables and chairs for y'all, and he actually returns after a few moments with just a stack of food, like sliced cheeses, meats, hard breads. He sets them out. So, not a lot of us need as much food, but we do keep a portion stocked for visitors and acolytes who may be staying to receive the blessings. Valora settles down and says, so, what do you know of the incidents that are occurring on the surface, and I will fill in as much as I can for you.
We were told it's gruel related, and mostly warned away from the area. I don't believe we were given too much account of it. It seems to be almost precinct-wide.
I do not know the fullest extent of it, my dearest. I do know that the Gruul have made a massive incursion into the 4th Precinct, pressing out of the Red Wastes. I do not know the exact capacity of their forces. They have not ventured or dared to come down this deep.
Thank heavens for small favors.
I can give you a little bit of information, but that is what you have said is much of what I know already. There has been an attack. They have set up several encampments within the 4th Precinct. They are holding it, and they have several massive beasts with them that are making it difficult to push them out of the area. At least that is the news that has filtered down to us. We do not have specifics on the type of beasts or who has led this raid.
Oh. Not likely to look kindly on us if we intrude either way.
And the Gruul values strength. If you are strong, they respect you.
Yes, well...
I know my dearest here is very strong, so if you do venture up to the surface, I am sure you will be fine, but I would ask you to protect her as best as you can.
well, you don't have to worry about that. Huh.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
I guess we'll probably in a little bit head out to the city to see if there's any more hurt on the winds, so to speak. I was hoping to spend a little bit of library time this evening, though.
What information would you like in the library? I can have the information pulled for you.
Well, we ran into a curious creature called... Try to find it on the exact one. I know it's Lanat, but I'm just trying to find the whole thing.
Nanot, the king of gold?
Yeah. And we found news of a couple other of those coins that it is probably fortunate the Orzhov don't yet know of.
I do not know of a Nanot. The dragons were, for the most part, killed off by Ms. Nethet in my early days.
Have you heard of a coin keeper who walks the many plains and is of the blackest heart?
I mean, that is quite a sobet. The walks the many plains is not unusual. Many powerful beings know of planar magics, the intersections between realities and other places, the echoes and the seas of silver that surround the world. But these
Perhaps a planar book just to brush up on the topic?
It is not something that is my specialty beyond the shadows of the world. I have some information on that you could read. Beyond that, I do not recall anything specific, but you are free to, of course, search the library for anything that may be of use to you, my dearest.
Thank you. I might peruse just in case something jogs my memory.
Okay, that seems a plan. If you do look to return to the surface, I have to warn you, I have ordered the top of the rise capped, so you will need my signet to
Authorization.
pass. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Gurgum.
She nods and she says, we'll probably go out for a little bit, listen for anything, and perhaps do some shopping while we're in town.
That seems a good use of your time, my dear. Just remember your station, okay? Okay. I have acolytes to speak with, so I must be going shortly. If there is anything else?
No, thank you for filling in what you knew.
Certainly, my dears. Will you be here tonight for another session?
Yes, I was thinking we'd all stay the night.
I would be more than happy to have you, my dearest.
Yes, but Rail's making a mental note to ask Ingrid, what the heck is a session?
Session.
I know, but
Oh, okay.
Rail's making a mental note.
I
to
thought
ask,
you I thought you said session. I was like, I don't know what a session is either.
well, it's, I've got that Spanish lisp, I guess. What is a
She kind of smiles and gives everyone she stands and gives everyone. I almost said she smiles and gives everyone a soft stand, and it's like, nope, that's not how English works.
Actually, that's how English works.
This must be the work of an enemy stand.
Press F. Oh, okay. She stands and gives everyone in the room a soft smile. It's like, you are, of course, free to make use of the manor as you need. I will see you later then, right? Take care, my dear. And she kind of leans forward and gives Ingrid a kiss on the forehead before heading out the door.
Aww.
And Ingrid's a little more dressed up today. She's not wearing her adventure clothes because she figured they were staying the night again anyway. So, if there's any haggling to be done, that may have to be you this time, Rail.
I'm sure I'll be up to the challenge. I hope. Yeah. As long as they're not, he's going to think better of that entire sentence and not finish it.
You are Griggum, either way. I think haggling in town for myself might be generally frowned upon.
Yes, I am Grigo.
Here, at least, for sure.
Do they have problems with goblin folk?
Oh, I was saying my haggling would be frowned upon.
Oh, okay. So I thought you meant like Griggum's haggling. I'm like, what? Are they racist here or something?
I mean, y'all haven't seen any goblins.
Better chances here, though,
True.
than Farkeep.
Also true.
I guess we're
Alright.
probably heading outwards.
Yes. Let's see what kind of markets they have. And again, I only really have one thing on my shopping list at this point, and it's just something that I forgot last time. Or rather, something that wasn't on my spell list last time.
Oh, okay. What are y'all going shopping for then?
The ink and the pearl?
Okay.
Yes.
So that would be... You'd probably have your best bet on the phylum tier then. That's the third tier up in the eastern ring. So it takes y'all about 40 minutes of walking through tunnels, and you get the impression that Roma is not so much a city as it is 3 cities stacked on top of each other with 4 districts each, surrounded by a central pillar that goes almost all the way up to the surface. So, winding your way back towards the city itself, because the only way to the city is through the rot farm. Ingrid leads y'all through the maze of fungus and giant insects. Are you going to take them directly to the third tier or through the rise?
Probably through the rise.
Okay, so
It's a more open area and less going through like people's private spaces.
okay, so you thread your way through the town to the rise. Y'all pass through the Fed and Mushroom where y'all had stopped for like a break and drinks before. The dromids are stabled down at the lowest tier. To the rise, y'all take the circular stairway up to the top, almost to the top of it, another 80 feet. So if you fell, it would be like a 160-foot drop. Do not fall.
Sheesh.
There are several cavernous openings, and here everything is much nicer looking. Like the walls are less rough cut, they're more smooth, there's tiling in some places. She takes you to one of the eastern walls where there is an opening, and threading through a number of side tunnels takes you to this large, medium-sized open space, maybe 60 by 60 foot. Hanging from a central pillar in the room is a sign that reads the questionable arcane. This looks to be something resembling a reagent shop.
So now this would have been a good place to look for augury dice.
There's a dark elf behind the there's 4 counters basically at each of the cardinal directions, with a person behind it, and they seem to all have like various different goods. So there's one that has like stacks of paper and ink and stuff like that. Then another has physical components in the form of jewels, gems, stuff like that. Another one has foci in the form of rods, staffs, orbs, crystals, and then the other one seems to have just a miscellaneous of random odds and ends that, spell work requires. So, which are you looking for?
Well, Rail's gonna have to make both stops. So, to be on the safe side, before we come in, I would have passed him the money since I know I can't negotiate.
Okay.
I pass him about 200 just to be on the safe side in case there's a markup, and I'll follow and stand a little ways back while they talk, but I'll tap his shoulder for guidance as we go in. He can do it anyway, but...
Okay. All right. So hang on. So we needed a pearl for identify, and we needed what specific kind of ink was it?
Spell scribing ink.
To copy spells, it requires specific ink as well as special reagents to transfer the spell into a formula that you understand. So basically, you're recasting it and experimenting. It's like, okay, so this is what it says. This is how it works for me. So it's not just ink and paper. It's some specific goods, but it's generally referred to as a spell scribing kit.
Okay.
And I don't really expect it to be haggle intensive. I just gave him the guidance in case there's like a language problem or something.
Okay. So what is
All
the
right.
first thing you're looking for? A pearl?
A pearl, good enough to use as a reagent for identify.
Okay. So that requires 100 gold. You approach the dark elf that's with all the gems, and he sets out he smiles and says, "Yes, hello? How may I help you?"
Hello, today is your lucky day.
Oh, every day is a good day, my friend.
Yes. Right. Well, my friends and I need some rather specialized equipment of a spellcasting nature.
Well, then you have come to the right place.
Good to hear. What did you say your name was, by the way?
I am Jamal.
Jamal. Pleasure to meet you, Jamal. I am Rail Corvino.
A pleasure,
And-
Mr. Cordino.
And those are my friends over there browsing. And so we are looking for a flawless pearl, and I'm sure that an elf of your standing would have many such in stock.
Oh, yes.
And my friend over there needs a spell scribing kit.
Okay, well, and they kind of stop and reach under under their counter and pull out a tray and says, "You said pearl, yes?" Is sorting through trays. He pulls out a wooden, maybe 3 foot by 3 foot tray with a kind of, you're not sure what it is, but there's a substance. There's it looks like a foam or something with holes that have been cut out into it and pearls inside. And he says, "I have a lovely array of traditional white, black, and even a few rainbow pearls. Did you have a particular element that was necessary?"
Let's see. So I'm going to take a good look over the pearls. Rail is complimenting their luster, the quality of the merchandise, and I'm going to pick what looks like there's no real requirement for specific types of pearls in this spell.
In this case, it is a pearl of a grade and of a specific refinement. So you can take an ordinary pearl and, with the help of a jeweler, enhance it to the point that it would be worth it. Go ahead and make me an arcane check.
Okay. That is going to be 13.
13. You look
Not my
over
best
them.
roll.
They look suitable. Any one of them looks like they could work.
Wait, do I get the guidance? I get the guidance on that, don't
Okay.
I? Hang on, or do I have to use the guidance, or can I hold on to it?
You have 1 minute to use the guidance, so you've got maybe another
Okay,
30 seconds.
Okay, I'll use the guidance on that. Give me 1 second to find my D4. Where are my D4s? Okay, so that was a That's off in the distance somewhere. Let me find my other D4.
The cat will find it later.
Yeah. Sadly, we don't have a cat in the house anymore.
Aw.
Well, no, the cat is fine. The cat is just in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, my sympathies on not having a cat in the house, though.
Plus... 14. A grand total of 14.
14? Okay, yeah, no.
Yes.
They look, like pearls.
Well, when in doubt, I guess always bet on black.
Alright, it says,
Can't
that
go wrong with a black pearl.
will be, 55 gold.
55 gold.
I think Ingrid's gonna hear that something sounds a little wrong over there from the amount and what he was supposed to get, and go over a little closer.
I mean, I'm sure this is just a lovely pearl, but I'm looking for something a little bit higher end.
These are the best pearls I have in stock right now. If you want something more specific, I can certainly order something. There will be a day or two to get here, and there may be a slight charge for the trouble.
I take a look over the tray while it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with it.
Make an arcane check? Or actually, no, you have Jeweler's Kit and Proficiency, don't you?
Yeah.
I would say go ahead and make me a intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. It's actually higher to do an Arcana check.
Oh, okay, Arcana then. Either one will work.
Only an 11, so no worries.
No, they look like they would be suitable for magic.
Just not necessarily for that high-end spell.
Alright. Okay, so this pearl looks alright. Now, how about those, what was that, Ingrid? A spell scribing kit?
Okay, yes. What level would that require?
You have the spell identify now, right, Real?
You can't he doesn't have a spell book for you to copy it out of?
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not asking that.
My spell book is up.
Okay.
I was actually hinting that he might want to ask if he can demo if the pearl works for the spell. And if not, then the guy could order a higher grade.
Or, I mean, you as a jeweler know that even if it is a low grade, you have the tool set and capability to increase and add arcane power properties to a jeweler.
Okay. So he can get that one, and we can get the ink. And...
Okay. Spell scribing kit is not my specialty. You will need to talk to Winda over there. She is the person who handles the papers and the inks and the quills and such. I believe she has a couple scribe kits in, though. Just tell her the Circle of Magic, and she will do what she can for you, okay?
And that was 50 on the pearl, just to
55.
make sure I'm writing down. 55, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we're first-time customers, and I'm sure you want to make a good impression with that.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with our line of work, I'm sure if we're impressed, you'll see more custom from us. Persuasion. Let's see. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, you've been rolling hot all night or all morning.
Oh, sure. Sure I have. It's a grand total of 8.
He kind of like
I need to swap out my dice.
he puts his hand on top of the pearls and pulls it back a little. And so, yes, we do have a good deal of business recently.
Well, I'm sure that, what was it you said, 55?
55.
You win some, you lose some. Alright.
So he pulls out the black pearl that you had indicated. He takes like a small cloth and he gives a quick buffing with the cloth before placing it in a small wooden box and closing the box and handing it over to you. To protect it and keep it from being buffed and scratched and scuffed.
And she'll just lean in and say the ink kit is abjuration to Rail as he moves to the other counter.
Abjuration. Okay.
For when we do the alarm later.
Don't
Yes.
you need also for scribing the other spell too?
Theoretically,
Augury?
but I didn't run that by the group.
Okay, so these are one-use kits.
Yes, it's basically a collection of, in this case for abjuration, various protective elements and stuff like that, like wood, strings of brass and silver, to translate the spell formula from a scroll or from a spell book into a person's personal use. So it's not just ink. There is ink involved, but there's also like an experimental component where you have to figure out how to make it work, which is why it takes 2 hours per spell level, because it's not just spending 2 hours writing, it's spending 2 hours figuring out this is how this functions, this is how this functions, this component is used like this is what I need to do with my hand, I do this with my pinky, and this is how I say Leviosa.
If we want the augury ink kit too, that'd be a level 2 in divination.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at
Okay.
the point, at the later, like as a player point, later that would give us Grigum's coin, your augury, and my augury if we wanted to see which way the winds were blowing. So,
Never a bad idea to have a few,
Especially since the
backups.
more times you cast it, the more time a single person casts it, the more likely you are to get a incorrect.
which I believe is the same for his coin too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yep, but that's per caster.
that's per caster per cast.
Yeah.
So the first time you cast it, you're fine. The second time, 25%, I think. Third time, 50%. Fourth time, 75%, and then fifth time past that, it's guaranteed to probably not be
Pardon
correct.
I feel
Wow.
like if we want to get the ink for that too, it could be useful, but we probably owe Fairdeer and Grigum a night out on the town carousing to make up for the money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably would
I
be a
wouldn't
good
say
idea.
no to that. To
Yeah.
make it up to...
I mean, it would make it up to
Alright.
me.
Or just Fairdeer
see,
buy him
let's-
200 bolts.
I'd say just give him like a bag of dog food for Kay, and he'd be good.
That would probably make Kay very happy as well.
Oh, I'm sure it would. And Kay should be very happy.
No. What we should do is give them a box of Scooby snacks.
Okay, so you're approaching Winfra?
If you're doing it for both, I should probably pass you some more money. So,
Yeah, speaking of, so how you gave me how much gold at the...
I handed you 200, so I'm going to pass you 50 more.
And I paid 55.
Yeah, so that should put you at like holding 195.
Mm-hmm.
And and the ink should be around 150 for both. So you have enough on hand if there's
Okay. I was just adding it to the
yeah.
amount of currency I currently had on me,
Okay.
which is probably not the best idea, but it's better than just trying to keep it in my head. Whatever. It'll all come out even in the end. Alright, so let's get you your... And then... There's no way of, like, contacting our erstwhile client, is there? We can't get up. Asaf, I mean.
I don't think
Okay.
maybe I'll have sending. You could probably get someone to use the sending spell for you, but it would cost some money.
I'm saying erstwhile really threw you off, didn't it?
So wait, what?
What? Did I misuse the word?
No.
No.
It's one of those things where it's like you
No.
didn't expect the word to be used.
No, it's
I'm not counting them as our current client, given that we can't get them
Is
what they
that
want.
something you're asking in group, though? Is that like a character asking? Is there a way of contacting?
You're probably
Yeah,
in the right place to ask a rando, like, hey, can you cast a spell for me?
Fair enough,
You
but
might
more
not
importantly-
want to use that particular description of her as a client. I'll
Well-
explain later.
I'm so fucking happy right now.
Okay. So Griggum went to just kind of a flashing screen for a second for me.
Now, here's a question for you, Mr. DM. Are there any places that I feel would be good places for meditation?
Here?
Yeah.
Depends on the type of meditation you're looking for. There were several, like, empty rooms, and there were several rooms with, like, people sitting, relaxing, and drinking, and other like that. Basically, how Roma is laid out, it is 3 cities basically tapped on top of each other, with north, south, east, and west districts, all with a central column that rises almost all the way up to the top. It's not an open area, it's like an interconnecting, think an ant hive of sorts.
Okay, because I kind of was wanting to, like, grab a drink, go somewhere alone with a good view. That was about all I was thinking.
If you're looking for a view,
doesn't have to be... Yeah, like, I'm not looking for, like, a massive landscape view. Like, something like maybe some sort of garden that I can look over.
The closest that you're aware of would be the corpse grove that Ingrid led y'all through. There's not a lot of vegetation here outside of the rot farm and the corpse grove.
I'm not looking for anything pretty. I'm looking for something insightful.
That would definitely be the corpse grove, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay, so you will need to be led back there because you don't know this city too well. Rail, are you going to be approaching the woman with the paper and scrolls and stuff like that?
Yes, I am.
Okay, she kind of looks up to you and she's like, oh, hello, how may I help you?
Hi, my friend and I were looking for some... We're in the market for some spell scribing kits. I believe it was Abjuration and... What was the other school that you needed?
Abjuration was the first level, and Augury is a second level divination.
Divination. Right.
Okay, augury and divination. I definitely have a few kits of that. What circle of power?
One first and one second.
Okay, so the first circle of power and the second circle of power. She kind of turns away and starts pulling out little boxes from the stack before, and then she sets down one, maybe 2-foot long box, and then maybe a shoebox sized wood case in front on the table. All right, is that going to be everything for you then?
I don't believe anything else that I wanted, Ingrid.
I think that's good.
She just kind of pushes the boxes for a little. So here, on the house, have a nice one.
I think I need to do a
Really?
social check at this point. Right?
Yeah, make an insight check.
$18.
Yeah, she clearly recognized you when Rail pointed you out.
But I needed an insight check on how appropriate that would be.
Doesn't hurt
That's
to
what I
name
wanted to
drop.
do the check on.
Make a... Oh...
That's what I was trying to do my insight check on,
Okay.
is how appropriate that would be. I think that recognition would probably be obvious.
I mean, you're not... You
Sure.
haven't been around a lot lately.
Yeah.
But you were around some earlier. She clearly recognized you. She's clearly intending this to be I know who this person is. I know she is connected with someone high up and powerful. Here is a gift from me to you. Choose to interpret this as Ingrid would.
I think as this is for different ventures than the farm itself, perhaps we should take it at what your total would be.
It would be 167 gold.
Well, Ingrid, you right with that?
I think that would probably be better. I don't think implying that this could be city business would be in the best interest.
If you insist, Mr. Omorona. And she kind of takes the money and pushes the box forward. If you will excuse me, I have things I must tend to. Thank you for your patronage so very much. If there is ever anything you may need or want, please do not hesitate to come and find us. We are all happy to serve.
Ingrid will nod a little bit. She's pretty sure no one's ever tried to bribe her to that amount before in the city, so stuff like accepting letting the animals lay down in an empty room is one thing. It's not
Right.
feel comfortable
is-
taking on her patron's authority expensive
Right.
gifts.
So, hang on. That was how much exactly that we're paying again?
167 gold.
We could have taken a little bit of discount. Oh shit.
Get in a very gray area when you start trying to negotiate on something that could have been. This is probably for the better.
Rena. I cannot say her name. Why did I choose this name? Rena. Her name is now Rena. Winra.
A good name.
Kind of smiles, and she's keeping an eye on y'all out of the back of the corner of her eye, but she's mostly writing in a ledger at the far end of the counter now, trying to give y'all space. Griggum, you wanted Ingrid to take you back to the Corpse Grove?
Mm-hmm.
I think the change, the 28 gold, we should give to Griggum for his next night out. What do you think?
I mean, I'm sure we could share it with him. But, all right. That's 27 gold.
28. So that would be all the 195 gone.
Almost. Right. All right. The 28 gold to Griggum.
Okay, so Griggum, they kind of hand you just a pile of gold coins. It's
Like how much?
28 gold coins.
28. Okay, I will.
That is more
Note
than one
that.
can easily carry. One will need a bag. I'm assuming you have like a pocket or something to put money in, so you'll probably want to be stacking in there.
28.
It's like a pound of gold.
Cards.
28.
Half a pound?
Half a pound, yeah, you're right.
28.
28.
Yeah.
28.
All right.
I figure
You know,
since we've
27,
got the magic
28,
stuff,
Same difference.
that way he can go carousing.
Okay, so
And if we happen to be with him and he wants to get drinks, then sure.
so
And Fairdish just not here to know about it.
yeah. So Grigum, anytime you want to ask Ingrid to take you to the bar, show you to the bar, or show you back to the Corpse Grove, y'all can do that.
Well, I guess. What?
Sorry, you guessed.
What?
When they're out,
What?
No, sorry. It's like,
when they're out, she'll just quietly tell Rail that erstwhile down here can also mean a certain type of ancient undead who's brought back.
Say that again.
You remember Jordal at Barkeep with the wrappings?
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course also Valora.
Valora, for the reference, her full title is Valora Omrona, erstwhile undead of the Golgari, thrice-born daughter of Illithic Omrona, mistress of the Corpse
I didn't
Grove.
realize that erstwhile had a technical.
You had it before as erstwhile noble of the Golgari, but undead
yeah.
of the Golgari could work too.
Sorry, erstwhile noble of the Golgari. My bad. I didn't have the exact thing in front of me.
I didn't mean to misuse a technical.
Oh, it's not technically misusing it. It could just be misleading here, in particular.
Fair enough. Good to know.
And probably best that if you were the one negotiating, that that goods aren't accepted on behalf of her. Alliances have been made of stranger things than that. And, I mean, you have your guild position to think of.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Ingrid, are you going to take Grigum to a bar and then back to the Corpse Grove, or did y'all have more to do in town?
I mean, I guess getting news without newspapers down here, that's probably where we're all going.
Okay. So, you'll swing by a bar, grab some booze. Grigum, how much are you looking to spend on alcohol?
I can think of much worse.
well, for my meditation, I want to get a bottle of good stuff. It's like, and then after that, I'll spend a good. Yes, it's like, and then it's like I will spend. Oh, I don't know. It's
like good stuff or good stuff?
I want to say borderline mind altering.
Okay, that'll be 10 gold pieces.
All right, and then I'll spend like 15 carousing. It's like after that. It's like,
okay, make me a d20 roll, please.
all right. Do I add anything, or is it just straight d20?
Just a straight d20, and my thing is going slow. Hold on.
Alrighty. $20.
20? Okay.
Yes. It's like,
Dang.
also, I'm gonna have to be right back. It's like, food's here. It's like,
Okay, no worries. That'll give me a little time to plug this in. Okay. Come on. Okay. So he rolled 23. Huh. Okay.
He'll be having a very fun time, I'm supposing.
Yeah, I'll read it when he gets back. I'm assuming that is basically what he's doing for the rest of the day.
I'm mostly looking for just anything about 4th. When I'm kind of sitting around listening.
Okay. Make me a perception roll.
And Watcher? Or just me?
Yeah. What Watcher can. Yeah.
Mine's only a 7, and Watcher's is actually only a 10.
You hear a couple people talking about the incursion. Since y'all are pretty adjacent to the 4th precinct, it is actually big news here. Most of it is complaining about shipments that are being delayed and that were not recovered or that were intercepted. There's talk of a couple of great beasts that are roaming the area, and you get more information about what's going on towards the southern tip of the precinct, what's happening in Singrove and in Barwon Hill, is that they got hit really hard during the incursion, and that there's a lot of damage, and that a few different encampments have been set up in the area.
But while we were in the dungeon and taking our downtime, did we still get daily calls from Cathal? Or did it stop after that one call?
Y'all have not received been contacted by Cathal since the last time. Griggum?
It's not the best.
You are sloshed and have during the conversation striking up a conversation with a Devkaran in the area. We're talked into investing 60 gold pieces in a green slime based winery.
Oh, like me personally?
Yes.
Does that count 15 of the carousing, or separate from that?
That counts 15 of the carousing.
Okay, so 15 minus 60 or what?
60 minus 15, you would have to pay the rest of it to actually go through with the investment.
Right, but what is that number? I'm trying to...
45.
45.
45. Okay, yeah. It's like, so I can do that. And it's like...
Okay.
Here's the thing. Like, a part of me wonders if doing that, like, considering it was a 20, it's like, I stumbled into good fortune?
You'll find out in a couple weeks.
I'll find out.
And it's in green slime what?
A green slime-based winery. The idea is that they use green slime to break down fruits and vegetables, and then ferment the green slime. Because
you now have a second side business.
Second side agency. We invest in slime.
We're the second side agency, and this is our favorite company to invest in.
It's like I can see when you'll get back to the HQ and if you start getting bottles, like just putting them up. It's like, here, have a bottle.
I think since it was originally 28, if you counted just the 15 and the 10, I think you might have. I don't know if you added the other 3 gold, or if that was me and Rail drinking that. Yes.
No,
Are you drinking?
I have no idea.
I will probably be a tiny bit.
Okay. I'm assuming not as, like, the good stuff. So, like, a pitcher would be, like... It'd be 2 silver for a pitcher of wine, 2 silver for a gallon of ale. They're not marking up their prices very much here.
I'll get a pitcher of wine while I'm at the table.
Okay. It's not super great wine, but, I mean, it's wine. It has
It
alcohol.
can taste like whatever I want.
Yes.
It tastes like the starfruit juice.
That actually sounds like it'd be really good. Starfruit wine.
I actually bought a bottle. I bought a bottle of dragon fruit wine, yes, which was pretty tasty. In the
Yeah.
I could see that. A lot of tannins, though.
Well, yeah. I'm saving it for a party.
Party!
Not this kind of party.
Okay, so after some drinking and some carousing, y'all find your way back to the Omarona mansion. Griggum, go ahead and make me just a straight wisdom roll as you sit and meditate, looking out over the corpse grove.
Double checking my. There we go. Oh. 19 plus 1 is 20.
Okay. You don't know if it's because you're just trashed or if it's really happening, but as you're sitting there watching the shapes of claws and faces form in the mists, you see a large tree kind of shift its position and stand up and walk to another position before settling down into place.
Well, that's
You're either blitzed or this has actually happened. You're not quite sure which, but it looked really cool, and you feel really relaxed from the alcohol and just the really trippy effect of like the faces and the mist.
Just letting this entire thing before me just wash over me. It was like, as if, I was there but not there. Like,
It's the One Punch Man with like the explosion in the face.
Like, I'm an observer but not a participant.
Yes.
Were you listening into any local conversation, Rail?
not this time. I have to take a break now.
Plus, most of the people aren't speaking a language he understands.
That's true.
There is
I didn't
some
necessarily
common.
make the best choices.
There is some common being spoken from among the people, mostly the merchants. Common was originally a trade tongue. So it's really great for things like, I want to stay at your inn for 4 days. Okay, that will be 7 gold. It's not as great at expressing complex ideas, but the language is developing to the point that it can be used as that. So you do have a couple merchants speaking it, and you can hear them complaining about losing money and stuff like that. Yes, as a DM, I think about shit like this literally all my damn time. It's like, how would a trade language evolve into a common tongue? Oh, okay. Well, it would definitely be very good at, pricing and exchanges of goods and services. Little less great at goods and services.
Okay.
I made at least one person laugh, and therefore I am valid.
Yeah. For me, I'm like, yeah, be like that though.
Yeah. So, what are y'all up to? You've gotten some information, you've gotten some stuff. I assume Ingrid is going to spend the next 3 hours 2, 4,
Oh, I don't
6
have the
hours.
spell yet. Oh, yeah, I have the other one spell. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to spend a little time in the library, and then I'll go ahead and scribe augury.
Okay. What are you looking up in the library?
Miscellaneous things about planes travel are prominent people who've done it. More like she's saying like she doesn't have a technical reference on it,
Yeah.
but I'm looking for more
Myths and legends and stories.
Yeah.
Make me a investigation roll with disadvantage because that is not the focus of her library.
Okay, and I'm doing the any language thing before then.
Okay.
Investigation with disadvantage. 11.
11. You go through several tomes. There's not a lot here. You do find a old journal of Omarona's that has some information about it, where it basically sums up to the point that she discovered that she draws a portion of her power from the shadow of the world.
Interesting.
And if you want to share that with the rest of your party, remember the party has things that they haven't necessarily shared with you yet.
Well, no one said they're actually in the library with me.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's from a personal... Oh. Were you going to be in the library?
I was going to ask you for help on something.
What's
I don't know if that would require me to be in the library. Just that pearl. So yeah, it's not up to the standards that I need for identifying. So,
I think when we get back to Farkeep in the morning, we'll have a lot of time before dinner.
oh, fair enough.
So we can work on it there, and that way we don't have any unexpected travel delays at the last moment.
Let's see here now.
Fair enough.
To modify the appearance of a gem, a player may say DC 15 dexterity check as a increases the item by 1, so that's how yeah, no, it's a 1 step, so you can do it in like a night. It'd be in 8 hours.
Well, if I've already scribed the scroll and in the library.
Well, y'all started this in the morning.
Yeah.
You basically had a morning meal with Omarona. Valura, sorry, I keep on referring to her by her last name for some reason. Went to town, got blitzed around noon. Went
We can
back,
maybe do part of it.
got 4 hour. No, you only did that, which is 4 hours doing scribing. So it's about 5 p.m. at this point.
We could do half and then half when we get back to Farkeep after the travel.
It would be, you would basically spend about 4 hours or so designing it, figuring out what upgrades and how to refine the gem, and then you would spend like 4 hours actually performing the upgrading once y'all return to Farkeep, if y'all want to do that.
Since we need the gem to be pretty on point, Grigum, do you want to help me with the gem and Rail can cast guidance?
Sure.
Does Grigum have proficiency with Jeweler's Kit?
I thought I could have one person that didn't have proficiency help me.
I know, I'm just asking a question.
No, but okay. I have a set of calligrapher supplies. That's pretty sure.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like how Grigum could help in this case.
Look, the tools I'm good at are brew supplies, calligraphy supplies. I can toot a horn and play a pan flute.
Okay, so you finish out the day with Grigum helping you do some design work, mixing the your arcane knowledge, your gemcraft knowledge, and his exceptional penmanship to get a fairly rough design of how you will improve the pearl figured out. This puts y'all at about almost 10, 11 o'clock at night. Valura's come into the library while y'all were working. So, my child, do you have time for a session before you bed?
Yes, I'll be right in when we pack away our tools and stuff.
I will see you in my room then. She heads on upstairs.
So we did the jewel kit and did the library. So I guess it's... Do I need to roll for the design phase?
No, it'll be rolled into the final roll.
Okay. Then I guess it's bedtime for everyone and I'll head up there?
Okay. So...
Yeah, I'm going to be spending most of my time sleeping, like passing out, like waking up, detoxing, like
Sterling
meditating.
It's like I'm afraid to stop drinking because I think the cumulative hangover will kill me.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna head up there.
Just go ahead and make 2 Constitution saving throws for me.
20 and a 13.
20 and a 13. Alright, your hit points, you take... Oh, wow. 15 points of damage, and your hit points are reduced by 8. Until you have a long rest.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it if we get an interrupted long rest, since otherwise...
Y'all are in a fairly safe environment. You should not have to worry about having your long rest interrupted.
Okay.
So everyone beds down. Today, y'all wake up the morning of the 10th to the 11th, 11th to the 12th, the 13th of Mokesh. And real quick...
Shouldn't it be the 12th?
Sorry, yeah, that's tomorrow. Yeah. Can I have one of you, whoever wants to, make me 3, just roll me 3d20, please, and report your numbers.
Okay. I happen to have 3d20.
And I would have asked her about if I should come back about the magic enchantment in a couple weeks or a week or so.
Okay.
Okay. 9, 9, and
What was that last number?
15.
15. Okay. Valor, I will need to do some more work. This is stronger than the basic magic that needs to be dispelled. But
Well, I guess my main worry was if it got dispelled on me later at an inconvenient time, but...
if you want, we can try again before you head out.
Yes, just in case.
Okay, she goes and she gets her little ritual toolkits. Okay. She waves the incense over the bowls, whispers something to it, and gives it here. That same taste of rose and a little bit of ginger now, but nothing.
Okay.
Sorry, my child. This isn't magics are not something I have much proficiency in. You may have to seek out one of their ilk to reverse this.
That is true. You did hear the stories about Spanner. Maybe he knows someone. He seems very sociable.
Oh yes, your little fairy friend with the gloves. It is good for you to make friends, my good. It is good. And she kind of gives Ingrid a very tight hug. And so, I look forward to seeing you again soon. You do not have to wait 2 weeks. You can come and visit whenever you want.
Aww.
Okay, take care, my dear. He's like, when y'all head out, because I'm assuming y'all are heading out, Tears is hanging around by the door. He's kind of got like a knife in one hand. He's like flipping it and catching it by the blade. And so, oh, y'all heading out. Do you need an escort?
Can't hurt.
He's all, yeah. He kind of like takes the knife, puts it in like the little sheath at his side. He's like, I will take your. Do you want to meet the acolytes?
Oh, that'd be fun. And then I guess we better pick up our mounts and be on the way after that.
Okay. So he takes y'all through the. Are y'all all going with, or is anyone waiting for him to get back before heading out to the?
I'll go with.
I'll go with as well.
Okay.
I mean, Gregum seemed to really like the rat farm. Do we have Fairdeer back with us for canon
Fairdeer
wise?
is back traveling with you.
Okay.
Will stare at you silently for a minute now.
Hopefully, next week Faraday will no longer have the.
And we have Reeve.
And that's a minute. Okay.
And we have Reeve.
Yeah, Reeve has been kind of tagging along. Basically, anytime y'all are heading to the village, he will like immediately, or anytime y'all are heading towards the town, he will immediately head towards the bar. But whenever y'all are going somewhere other than in the town, he is like at your side, not wanting to be left behind. So Tears leads y'all through to a small, like a microcosm of the alien landscape that y'all first saw when you came in here. And in this area, there's about there's 4 people. There's 2 Devkaran, an elf, and what is unusual for seen in the Undercity, a centaur. And all 4 of them are working on like learning how to cut mushroom and fungus without damaging the growth, and loading it into packs across the centaur's back. And they stop when Tears approaches, and he like takes each of their hands and like, "You're doing good," and or like, "Watch the cut. Do not go too deep on the stem." And to all of them, it's like, these are the new acolytes who will be servicing the mistress and working the farm. They kind of like all greet you hi, and we will pick up around here next week.
All right.
It is 2. I am kind of tired, kind of hungry. I spent like 6 hours rebuilding this overlay last night.
Wait, I have an important question before we go. So is it a boy centaur or a girl centaur?
It is a boy centaur.
Okay. Is he wearing pants? And if so, how does he wear them?
We'll pick up here next week.
How do centaurs wear pants?
He's
Like
wearing
this or like
a pair. It's like a loincloth across like the lower half of his front part, and a drapery on the back part of his haunches.
Okay. Alright, I will never regret that stupid meme. I love that dogs wear pants meme.
Yeah. Well, I mean, jokes
All right.
about horses
Take
and
care.
dresses. Everyone, y'all have a great week. I had a lot of fun. Everyone, thank you for sticking with us.
Sing.
Like us on. Wait, what is liking on? Subscribe on Twitch.
Yes,
Follow on
do what a
Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. Like, comment on once this is up on YouTube if you want to tell us that we're doing good, or tell me that I got something wrong or did something horrible.
Do what a responsible werewolf would do. Like and subscribe.
Oh, thank you. I needed that. I will have a message sent out on the Bonus Roll's official Twitter at Bonus Roll with information about the GM's Brew episode that I'm hoping will happen this Thursday. And yeah, we're trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to, oh my lord, we're past midterms. Yay, I can do stuff again.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
All right. Everyone.
So, parting words of wisdom, or parting moment of wisdom here. It's like, ever notice that we park in a driveway and drive in a park?
Oh, that gave me a headache and I love it. All right, everyone. Y'all have a nice one. Have a good week. We will see you next Sunday.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.